All right, there we go. We're live. All right, we finally got this motherfucker working. Thank you everybody for waiting. Yeah, I was actually doing this on time. I swear I was on fucking time for this.
I can confirm he was on time. We just had to get membership.
Technical difficulties, Lord SharkBait, 10 lost fucking testicles. What a fucking day. Ugh. Anyways, how do we want to begin this?
I want to know who the fuck cut off your testicles, because they've got to be part of the 10 lost testicles.
Oh no, not mine. No, those are other people.
I thought we were going to be doing introductions.
You do know what city he lives in, right, Tara?
Yes, I know what city he lives in, because I was going to kill the bitch that cut off his testicles.
No, you do know what city he lives in.
Yes, I know. I know.
The reference goes over your head, woman.
No, it doesn't. I'm just fucking tired.
Yeah, the references go over my head.
We have a new Blackhawk fan.
Sweet. All right. Anyways, now that we've got that clusterfuck out of the way, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Messiah of Keck, and today on Watch Mojo, we're going to be counting down the top 10 reasons to fuck your dad. Number 10.
Save it for after the introductions, Messiah. We need to get everybody's name out before we drop that bomb.
As you can probably tell, I got some fucking idiot motorcyclists out tonight, so I'm sorry if my mic picks them up.
Don't worry. I'm surprised mine's not picking up the ceiling fan of my Maz.
Well, I can actually hear it. It sounds like it's either dirt bikes or crotch rockets.
Well, considering how far south Cleveland is starting to stretch, it probably is the crotch rockets.
See, no.
Hi, Ma.
See, you have shitty bikers. That's your problem.
Oh, I know we do. One of my most vivid and favorite memories of growing up is being at my grandparents' house, sitting on the front porch. My grandfather's next to me. He's drinking a nice cold beer. I'm drinking a nice cold Coca-Cola laced with a little bit of Granddad's beer. And there's this idiot. He's on the main road on a four-wheeler right in front of the house. He tries to pop a wheelie. He falls backwards on his ass, and the thing crushes him underneath it.
So he's a jackass.
Lovely.
Well, I mean that went without saying, but yeah.
That sounds fucking terrible.
No. It was funny as fuck to me.
That's some like AFV shit.
Lovely.
By the way, I am the bartender. I don't know. Can I call myself a regular here now?
Yeah, why the fuck not? You're good.
You're on and off again. Regular at Chaos 120. Yeah, nothing's really been happening yet. I'm still waiting to get called on to see if I can get employed.
Awesome.
Best of luck with that, buddy. Best of luck with that.
Why do you think I picked up my writing again?
I just took my tinkle test this morning to pass muster as far as not being a dope fiend.
Well,
take a tinkle test. Oh, why is that? For what?
Yeah, I'll talk about it on air, off air.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, all I want to ask: employment or criminal, or because of criminal shit?
Employment.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Which deals with criminal shit.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to worry about Six doing anything criminal as far as meriting a piss test. That's me. You're gonna have to worry about with that.
Fuck you, me.
If I wasn't scared straight.
You should be, motherfucker.
Oh no! Like scared shit with drugs and shit.
Bartender doesn't want to toss any salads.
Yes, we've already established I'm the resident Protestant.
Yes, you are. Yes, you very much are. You are our token Protestant.
Did you just watch Mean Girls when you were really young and see that scene where they told them if you have sex before you get married, you'll get pregnant and then you'll die?
No, it was actually I went to parochial high school and then I found MRAs. So at that point, it was just like, I don't morally want to do this. I see no physical benefits in doing this.
Oh, trust
I'm
me,
not
there's some
fucking
physical
gay.
benefits in there.
It's like, I'm getting nothing out of trying to chase strange, and I'm not gay. Fuck it, I'm out of the market.
So you're
Well,
asexual.
correct.
Yeah, more or less. It's one of those things where if I find someone who's actually legitimately going to want a relationship with me, yeah, of course I'll go for it, but I'm going to go for marriage, and I'm going to go because I can provide for the damn family.
Nice.
So it's more, I'm old school and choosy as opposed to truly asexual.
Oh, so you're like me in Burnside. Got it.
Okie dokie. That works.
I don't know about you in Burnside, but let's be honest, the stuff you've described, I am not into that shit.
That's because you're a
Hey,
Protestant.
now, hey, that's for after hours. That's
Oh
for after-
yeah. Oh yeah.
We're not allowed to discuss that. This is a Christian channel, thank you very much.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm a Christian. If I knew my pastor was listening, oh, good God. We have like one of the fire and brimstone ones too.
Oh Lord.
Oh, he'd love me.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we're like 40 minutes in and we've only gotten through like 2 introductions.
Oh, of course. You know, we're still ungrateful.
I mean, we haven't even gotten into the daddy fucking yet. I mean, I want.
Foster, you do realize what the title of the stream group is?
No, I do not actually. Hold on, I need to pull up the stream because Burnside didn't send me a link.
Well,
That's
you
actually the important one. That's all that matters.
Well, it's a C word and it has a number in it.
Cunt.
No, we are not the cunt stream. That's later.
Canadian.
And we're not Lords of the Night. We're not Minions. We're not the Ghost Poo. We're Chaos 120.
Yep.
And from what Burnside's telling me, pretty soon he's going to be Batman's worst enemy.
That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
I
disappointing.
can talk about that too. That was fucking creepy as hell.
What?
Oh, the little revelation I had when I was reading so basically, you know how they do like a in order to not get a copyright strike for actually viewing a comic, they do like a summary of it or whatever. I watched one of those things, and and quite literally, the motherfucker that decided to make the Joker in the White Knight was like, you know what? I'm gonna rip off Burnside. I'm gonna make the Joker like him. And I was just like, what in the fuck? Just what in the fuck? You know, and it didn't help that
I told you it's a sign. Accept your destiny.
Oh god.
Please tell me Harley's still crazy.
No. Actually, yeah. Neither of them.
She's a very upstanding citizen. Okay, she cleans houses for a living. Wink, wink.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Burnside and I have already discussed this. I don't clean house. I cook.
Oh, she does that too.
You cook meth?
No, apparently, from what I understand about more, she's cooking jambalaya.
What kind of woman are you?
If she was cooking meth, then she'd be cleaning house
You know what?
because
I'm on.
she'd be tweaking all over the place.
No. What did you say?
I said you're my little bit.
It's bitch.
You know, something tells me if Tara was cooking meth, she wouldn't be in Florida. She'd be up a few states.
Probably.
She'd be sprinting up a few states.
No, she'd already be there. It's like one town near here had like just a major drug bust, and they found a little bit of everything.
No, dude. If I was cooking meth, trust me, I wouldn't be, living on someone else's couch. I wouldn't be couch surfing.
She would be the Tasmanian devil.
No, I'd have my own
Yeah.
fucking place because I wouldn't be stupid. My meth place would be far, far away from where I live. It would not be in my own fucking backyard like most of them.
Well, you can be a Tasmanian devil in butt.
You got to at least buy yourself a shed for in your backyard.
No.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I'm not redneck. I build my own shed.
That sounds more like what a redneck would do, as
Yeah.
opposed to buying a shed.
No, Messiah. Let me educate you because I do come from redneck stock. Now, what you do is you find an old motorhome and you just park it in your backyard.
It's not if you leave it alone.
No, seriously, that's what my dad did for a shed once. When our other one was just falling down, he basically just said, "Fuck it," got one of those, got a trailer home, and not like a one you actually tow, but like a full size trailer home back when he used to run a scrapyard, and just park that and just park that in the backyard and use that as a shed.
That's funny.
That was the last time I saw my dad. It's been 10 years. He said he was going out for a trailer, whatever the hell that means. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All you need to know is he's never coming back. Okay, who's next for introductions?
I'm up.
Oh, you okay.
I'm the next 6 minutes. You know who I am. You know where you can find me. I'm tired as fuck.
Well then, that was
We have one more.
that was wow. All right, you
should never underestimate the power of my introductions.
You must type the word 6 because if you don't, you won't, or some shit like that. I don't know.
You'll get different results if you just type in the number 6. You got to spell SIX.
Contrary to his profile picture, you actually need to read the smaller words.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me see if YouTube channel 666 is still up.
Well, I know there's Jackson Hammer 666, and he just put out a video about Trump pulling out of the accords with North Korea and how that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, I just heard about that.
I was going to make a video about that too.
Yeah, the North Koreans and the South Koreans are bitching at each other again, so Trump stepped away from the table.
Oh, no. North Korea took a pot shot at Pence.
In
From what I understand.
Yeah, in response to some military exercises with South Korea and the United States in the South China Sea, they got all butthurt about it and said this was provocative. And Pence made a comment about they might treat North Korea like Libya. And then a foreign minister from Pyongyang said, yeah, he started talking shit about Pence. Anyway, did you read the letter?
I heard pieces, but the general gist of it is anyone saying Trump is not presidential after that letter does not know what the fuck they're talking about.
I mean, it's that letter where he talked about how, still his dick's bigger than North Korea's.
Yes, it was still classic Trump, but it was also it was like a father being disappointed with an adopted son. He's like, if you really want peace, then you're going to have to behave better, basically. And maybe we can do it, but the provocative statements that you made. Here's Trump asking people to stop making provocative statements. It's hilarious. The irony is just it's just so rich. But yeah, so he's saying, look, basically, it was bad language. You shouldn't have said it. And given the climate created by your statements, I don't think we can. We
cannot negotiate at this time.
We cannot negotiate at this time. Maybe later. So here's my prediction. Before the fall. And before the midterm elections, North Korea, Pyongyang is going to come back to the table. They're going to quietly apologize, and they're going to reopen negotiations for another summit. And then that will help buoy the Republican election in 2018 in the fall. So,
I mean, I'd agree with your predictions up until that being the buoy. I don't necessarily. I think maybe the time is a bit off. It will occur like smack dab in the middle of the midterms. So basically cause and effect gets thrown out the window. But as far as I'm concerned, Trump already has the leveraging material. He can quite literally say at this point, if you are siding against me right now, you are siding with the worst human rights violator to date. It's akin to Trump having his own "you're literally Hitler" argument.
Yeah. You
By
could
the
if you
way,
really
Craig,
wanted
you
to.
haven't introduced yourself.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry. I'm Craig. Craig Bragg. I have a YouTube channel. And
He's the
I have a
polar
Minds
opposite
account.
of Irving.
Yeah, I'm according to Irving, I'm the nice, good Canadian, and he's the angry, drunk Canadian. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Well, you've
Irving's,
been very polite since we
Irving's-
like skipped over you.
that's okay. Irving's like my biggest fan. Every time I come into the chat, he's like, "There's my good buddy Craig." It's hilarious. But yeah, too bad he's not here tonight. But
I got a question for you, buddy.
yeah,
How well do you remember your Kids in the Hall sketches?
pretty well.
Okay, you remember that the chicken lady?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I have an article for you, buddy.
Mark
boy.
McKinney. Mark
Wait a
McKinney
second.
did
Wait a second. Is this woman in need of punishment?
Oh my.
But the scientists
only
who
I
created
created
her
writing-
probably
writing.
do.
Not
Let's
even, and I don't mean the good kind.
Oh, if you don't mean the good kind, then you should be talking. Then you should be talking to me, Messiah. I'll go get the power tools.
Well, let's see.
No. Those are for the chickens. Those are for the chickens.
Human
Mine
No,
have
sell the
hybrid.
guns to the chickens.
My methods for
Yeah.
humans who take care of chickens are far more slow, much more painful, and slightly arousing.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's see.
Giggity.
Messiah, you and I are gonna have a dick measuring contest one day about which one of us has a sicker mind.
Oh,
Oh, this would be interesting.
And you guys are
Yes,
gonna
I
have
studied
the
politics,
the
and yes,
German-
we did get into
What's
torture.
this Article 6?
You guys are going to have the German cock ring patrol come in and remove your dick
That
bling
was
there.
so funny
Okay.
as fuck.
hybrid human chicken embryos, half human, half chicken abomination created in U.S. lab.
Wow.
A team of stem cell researchers have done the seemingly impossible and successfully combined artificial human cells with the embryo of a chicken in a shock new experiment aimed at trying to better understand developing life.
Wow.
Until now,
What have we failed to learn from Jurassic Park, you dolts?
What have we
Just
learned?
because we can do something doesn't mean we should.
What have we failed to learn from all science fiction?
Yeah, I know. Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh gosh. Until now, scientists have been unable to answer how certain cells in a developing embryo decided to become muscles or limbs, while others become bones and nerves. But now researchers led by Dr. Avi Bruvanelou, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, from Rockefeller University in New York have achieved the unimaginable in a shock experiment. By grafting petri dish grown human cells into the embryo of a chicken, the scientists were, for the first time ever, to observe how cells organize themselves. The study was published this week in the science journal Nature, where the scientists unveiled the inner machinations of so-called organizer cells. Organizer cells are responsible for the formation of a cell's top, bottom, and back, and essentially dictate how the human body takes its form. Dr. Bruvanelou said, no one knew what happens after the ball of cells attaches itself to the uterus. The startling experiment could now promise to circumvent the ethical issues surrounding the use of human embryos in laboratory experiments. Countries like the U.S. ban the use of embryos more than 14 days old, which is about the time the organizer cells begin to form. In the new study, researchers bypassed the rule by growing embryo-like structures derived from human embryonic cells. The cells were then grafted into 12-hour-old chicken embryos, which are roughly the equivalent of a 14-day human. Astonishingly, the researchers noted as the chicken embryo grew, organizer cells dictated the formation of a second chicken nervous system. Dr. Martin Blum, a developmental biologist at the University of Hohenheim in Germany, said the beautiful finding could put an end to the use of actual human embryos in laboratories. The expert said, it's a real advance. It's beautiful. This can be shown without the need of using embryos. Let's see. At the moment, I could not think of a case where a human embryo would be needed to answer any basic questions. Martin Pera, a stem cell researcher in the study at the Jackson Laboratory in Maine, similarly praised the findings for opening up new avenues of studying how early development defects occur. Defects. He said, "There's quite a lot that the system will lead to. In many ways, the study mirrored discovery of organizer cells in 1924, with the duo of German scientists transplanted cells from one salamander into the embryo of another." Let's see. It goes on a little while longer. Let's see. The researchers, Hilda Mangold, Hans Sperman, observed the new cells developing into a second conjoined salamander. However, Dr. Bravanelou disagreed with his team's findings. His team's findings could supplant the use of actual human embryos and laboratory experimentation. He said, "There is no substitute for studying the real embryo. Everything else we do when we try to model kind of oversimplifies it." He added, "The next step is to determine how exactly organizer cells influence their neighbors, which could help efforts to manipulate stem cells into regenerating specific tissues and organs." The article does not go into whether or not the new chicken human master race is being produced, and thus bringing the prophecy of Tumblr.
Did I hear? Did I hear that it was there was a second embryo that was developing alongside in the petri dish? So it's like a double yolk egg, one of those, those bonus eggs where you get 2 yolks.
It needs to develop in a frying pan.
Yeah.
This sounds an awful lot like something I'd hear on InfoWars. I think it's actually kind of
turn the frogs gay.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that this is actually coming out in other publications. I think he actually might have had something right when he started on about that hybrid project that he was talking about. I thought it was a little bit
my
out there,
concern with this whole thing is, what if it succeeds? What if you manage to merge a human and a chicken? What are the implications? Like, in terms of ethics, I cannot support that at all.
The ethics is Messiah of Keck is going to be running over every single one of those fuckers with a school bus, and anybody who gets in my way can also get flattened.
Allahu chicken bar. Allahu chicken bar.
Also buy my new merch.
Yes.
Chill.
Nice.
I actually got this made for me. Finished just today. I think it's actually a really cool. I had it based off of I think it was the X-Men Apocalypse movie poster. So you got the full cast of characters available on Teespring for the next 3 days. So go ahead and get your merch.
Yay! It's fancy looking.
Yeah, faggots. All right, that's it for me.
Nice.
Seriously though, if we're gonna talk about the ethics of this whole thing, I am legitimately terrified of what would happen if someone can successfully do this. And I'm not talking because I'm aware of the furry fandom. No,
furries.
Yes, I had. First off, I had to bring that up.
Well, technically, you'd be dealing with the feathery. You'd be dealing with the featheries by that point.
Yeah. Deathroken, yeah. They created a homunculi. Did we learn nothing from Full Metal Alchemist?
Well, it's the problem is, okay, now you've really blurred the line as to whether these are sentient creatures, and I don't think humanity can properly answer that question without basically redoing slavery.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the chicken can demonstrate sapience, like it can think, then I think it's got to be given the rights of a human, right?
No, it does not. No, it does not. No. I will go full Hitler on their asses.
Okay, well, no, I'm not talking. Let's divorce it from chickens at this point, Messiah. If it can be done with a chicken, there are some other reasonable places this can take. I hear mouses that have very similar DNA.
Let's say goat. Right?
Wait. Craig. I like you.
Are we trying to genetically engineer?
Hey, Six. I like you too, but I need both of you to shut the fuck up really quick while I go and school bartender on a little bit of English. Did you just say? Did you just say mouses?
No, I didn't say
It's
mouses.
mice, you first
No,
generation
it's meese.
immigrant.
It's Mises.
You're both
And you
wrong.
love them
I
to
was
pieces.
using the singular, not the plural.
Oh my god, this is funny.
Yeah, you did say mouses.
No,
No,
I
I
think you said
didn't.
mouses.
Foster,
Mouse
No,
apostrophe
because
S.
you started off a sentence saying humans with an S.
Well, Foster,
Mixed with-
in his defense, he may have tried to do the possessive form of the word.
That's what I was thinking. Possessive.
No, what I'm no, I did not intend to make this a plural. I think what ended up happening is that an S got slipped in through my microphone or something. Oh wait, no. I got
okay.
context right.
I didn't know
Okay.
Keck was saying that
This
grammar
is
Nazis,
this
but
is completely right. A human's apostrophe S DNA is very similar to a mouse's DNA.
oh, okay.
And
All right, there you go. There you go.
You're
You're
we're talking
fine.
about more
There-
than one.
Your grammar
and
Nazi
the
shit got shut
apostrophe
down,
is
Foster. Uh-oh.
after the S.
Hey. There's a trial before we send you to the gulags, all right?
A grammar trial
Says
now?
who?
Do we need a thesaurus,
Says
buddy?
who? No, we just throw
Okay, no. The problem is, Messiah, you're accusing a not only grammar Nazi, but a grammar spelling and obsesses over words Nazi. I am worse than you.
No.
And you dare question my decision?
I'm an English major, motherfucker. Come at me.
You're an
I
English
am
major.
less
No. You're an
concerned.
English major. I study philosophy for semantics.
I'm
worse.
less concerned with philosophy, semantics, English, and/or grammar Nazism. I'm concerned that these scientists are trying to genetically engineer other kin.
Yes, that's the biggest concern here. We were on whether or not in the ether if an animal-human hybrid can be how and if they could be determined to be a legal human, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, like I said, I think if they could demonstrate sapience, then they should be given, status as a person, right?
If scientists
Well,
were
that
able
kind
to
of-
genetically
bit of a-
engineer other kin, then all the apostrophes in the world aren't going to save us.
Hold on, I
Well,
think
there
I
is
know
one
where this
problem,
should stand. Yeah, I think I know where this is going. Okay. Unless you're in New York where Scoob lives, technically it is not a human being. But since New York is the land of quadgender, transdimensional brony lords, Pegasisters, and all their other multi-gendered kin
On the East Coast.
on the East Coast, then there and possibly in some of the states of California, they might be considered human beings. Everywhere else, they're just considered hybrids that are in need of exterminating because
that might be reality politics, but I'm talking ideally. And no, I was not going to get into that at all. What I was going to get into is that this is actually a problem in many disciplines involving things like Turing tests and whether an ape that can sign language is actually intelligent.
Yeah.
So essentially,
The difference is though we don't typically eat apes. We don't usually like keep them as livestock unless you got that one weird zookeeper who likes to suck on the gorilla's teat every once in a while.
Well, that's why I was
keep them in
making the
captivity,
argument.
right? And if they are, the moral dilemma is if they are sapient, if they are, should they be considered a person? And if they should be considered a person, should they be held in captivity?
Well, the case with the apes is going to become a bit problematic because people have raised the objection before that do they really know what they are doing, or are they just doing it because they know they get rewards for doing it?
Right. And
Is the Skinner box or this actual sapiens?
It's a question.
And even if you do get started on that
You're
one,
demonstrating mimicry, right?
I hate it when people talk over me. When you get started down on that road, it is kind of a slippery slope from there because, like, if you do acknowledge like chimpanzees and like gorillas and orangutans and shit like that as being on like the same level as a human in terms of like their rights and shit, I mean, next thing they're going to be going for is, and how much I reserve in saying this. It might actually be legal for dolphins to fuck humans.
I could probably see that happen. I mean, that's why it would start in New York and California. Because
no. This all started out in Florida.
Oh, fuck off!
Great, Terra.
It was just a
Shit,
dolphin.
this happened before I was born. Fuck y'all.
It was not a dolphin hybrid. I mean, first they start with the chicken-human hybrids, and they have the dolphin-human hybrids. And the next thing you know,
With
they're
legs.
Wait, we already have a dolphin-human hybrid. His name is Porpoiseful.
And he likes a good discussion.
Somebody should throw him a link.
God. Yeah, I was just about to say.
Well,
So Telegon says,
doesn't like
why
him.
not make humanity superior and genetically engineer ourselves to perfection? And my response is, Gattaca!
Yep.
Wasn't there a movie with that as its basic premise?
Yes,
Yeah,
Gattaca.
that is Gattaca.
Yeah.
with Ethan
One of my
Hawke
favorite
and Uma
movies.
Thurman.
It's really not so much science fiction anymore because there is like a very experimental procedure I saw in the news a couple years back where they can actually take like the developing fetus and I guess they can modify its genetic code to a certain degree. So like the more genetic diseases can actually be rectified from their code. But then of course you have, you know, the religious people saying, you're modifying God's creation, even though I stuck my penis in my wife to make this thing.
I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take the argument that far. I think there is a secular argument that can be made on one condition. Are you doing the genetic modifying as you would, say, a surgery to remove a cancer? If you're doing it strictly for,
I guess technically, yeah. In that way, yes, it would be.
then
because-
I would not. Then I would not object to it whatsoever because you're not doing it to like play God or anything. You're doing it because you are a doctor.
Yeah.
You took the Hippocratic oath. You are doing this to prevent harm.
Exactly.
However, where I
Create
think,
a
where I
super
think it
product.
becomes problematic is when we start getting into things like cosmetic genetic engineering.
Yeah, like intelligence, heights, muscle mass,
Well,
whether or not
I
the
think if
kid
you go-
has a third arm sticking out of his asshole.
Well, I would say if you're going to get into that territory, I don't think humanity can be trusted to not fuck itself over with that, and I would object to it on those grounds. That at the end of the day,
I think
don't
naturally,
agree.
if we start with the whole genetic modification, we probably eventually will fuck ourselves over because it's going to wind up being a war between the quad-gender transdimensional Brony Lord Pegasus or Furry Core and the white nationalist Ubermenschen Waffen something something very long and dramatic core.
And
Where
they're
they're
all
gonna be-
inbred, too.
By
you
that
know,
point,
I've heard that argument before. Burnside, and my response is that similar thing happened during 50s America, and the conservatives beat both of them back. So,
Yeah.
Well, I would hope so.
so I
because-
reject your situation and replace it with my own. There will be a third that says fuck both of you.
Well, actually, they're going back to what you were saying about the genetic whole thing. You know, before we got into whatever the hell that was. It does kind of build upon that question that we just posed as to animal rights transitioning into human rights by that point, because the fact of the matter is humans have been manipulating animal genetics since
Oh yeah, trust me. I saw that.
Renaissance
I saw that episode of Rick and Morty, Lawnmower Dogs, and very pressing point about what would happen if
No, like-
you're.
I'm saying like we can like regrow human ears and noses on the backs of mice and
Yep.
shit like that now. It's like
I'm sorry, Foster. It's mouses.
It's Mises. It's Mises. God damn it, Mises.
No, that was an
Uh,
economist.
Muska, Mickey Mouse. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying though, like if it is morally acceptable to do this to animals, which really there's no harm, no foul in it. I mean, we've been doing it for so long anyway, and it's not like these animals are suffering because of it. If anything, they're more healthy because of
Oh yeah,
human
trust
interference.
me. I've been around that. I've been around that argument as a proud meatitarian.
Well, I mean, if that's the thing, though, if we're doing it for animals, why not for humans? You know,
Because I think the issue at hand is not necessarily something like that. I think the issue at hand is more along the lines of the reason we get away with doing it with animals is because we do not consider them rational. They are animals. Man is a rational animal. He is qualitatively above regular animals.
okay,
At least as I understand the philosophical arguments. What's being posited is what happens if man is no longer the only rational animal. What is the graduation process? How does
Okay,
this
well, I
implicate
mean,
everything else we do?
I will answer your first question with the second question as soon as I can remember my actual question. Carry on. No, wait, I got it. If humans are rational beings, is it not our purpose to try and better ourselves through any means necessary, even if it does come down to genetic modification?
No.
I'm not using rational in that grand sense. I'm using it in a very limited sense of a human being is capable of rationality. Quite frankly, if you're asking me for the status of human nature and everything, I think at best humans are woefully stupid. There are a select few people who are above that, but by and large, I think humanity ranges from incredibly stupid to evil.
Yeah,
that's by. Well, you got to remember though, that's by our own standards as, higher thinkers as humans. If
Foster, then how do we explain Justin Bieber fans?
Stupid.
Before we continue, we should actually probably restate this question because we actually have someone interested in biology who just showed up. Hello, Subject Baguette, or should we call you Mr. Private Eye now? I can't remember.
Mr. Private Eye, the Subject Baguette channel has been nuked by commies, so.
Well,
I didn't know if your identity remained.
The price is right. Failure in place.
But
how do you
actually
explain
came in at a
Justin
wonderful
Bieber fans?
Before we get into that, I just want to give Mr. Private Eye up to speed because this is actually a subject I know he's interested in. We are actually on the topic of animal sentience, whether they graduate into human beings or whatnot, the status of man in this whole equation and whatnot. So just so you have the context.
Gotcha.
Also, we were kind of delving a little bit into human genetic modification in the same way that we do to animals, or more specifically, livestock.
Yeah, the whole basic thing is, okay, people are now starting to make human-animal hybrids, and depending on if you believe conspiracy or not, apparently it's been an ongoing thing, but now it's finally coming into the general purview. So, good thing, bad thing.
Do you want werewolves? Because that's how you get werewolves.
I want vampires. Give me vampires.
I want werewolves, but I don't want the Twilight fangirls that come along with them.
If you want to talk werewolves, I happen to know Private Eye. It is more in that line of things. Yeah, whatever happened to that novel, by the way?
It's kind of just sitting in Google Docs right now. I haven't touched it in a really long time.
Yeah, I remember I remember you used to have a thing for cryptids and werewolves in particular.
Yeah,
funny it gets brought up.
Yeah.
Anyways, we want to keep going on with this, or we want to move on, either or?
That's an interesting conversation, if nobody else minds.
I mean, Mr. Private Eye, you haven't really said anything about it yet, and I know from what Bartender's been saying, it's a subject of interest for you. So I mean,
that's why I'm asking.
Right. So, what's the actual question that we're trying to answer?
The question, I guess the question at hand. There are a few questions at hand, but let's start with this one. Is it possible? What is the graduation method by which an animal becomes on par with man in terms of mental ability, and whether this means that they should be given rights or not?
Paying taxes.
We got another person. Hello, Noid.
So, yeah, I mean, I do know there's a few cases out there with like parrots or gorillas where they've supposedly become like self-aware and I guess sentient, you could say. As far as I know,
here's a self-aware gorilla right here.
Oh yeah.
Rod can't answer this.
What's going on, man? How you doing? You keeping that cutty nice and wet for me?
My cookie is only for Burnside.
Yeah, I understand. You know what I mean? Like your cookie brings all the milkshakes to the yard or something like that. I don't know what the fuck how it works.
Well, I'm gonna be waxing it. Definitely waxing it.
Yeah.
So what's going on with y'all tonight, man? Fucking welcome.
Chaos went to a very philosophical place just now.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, this should actually definitely be moved to a different stream. This is not in the spirit of Chaos 120 at all.
Actually, yeah, it is. We get off on tangents like this all the fucking time.
This is just probably the most best constructed one, where we're actually having like a long, nice debate about it, and where it's very well formatted. We don't have technical difficulties, gunshots, explosions, epitronic masturbators, and other shit. I mean,
Stepping out to buy drugs,
having a fight in the middle of everything.
Yeah, or fight in the middle of everything. Yeah. We know what, we for once don't have any other bullshit going on. You know, I mean, we got communists in space hanging around on chat, but you know, he could sit there and wave his testicles around.
Oh no! Evidently now he is Telegon or whatever. And,
dude, I was standing up watching the chat, and I swear to God, it said Trigun, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Did you say Tarragon?
No, like the whole reason though that he changed his name was because Sir Adamanti was doing a stream where like a whole bunch of people were like bullying him over his communist ideology, and so he actually ended up changing his name.
Even though he's a troll about that.
I don't know really.
Fuck, if he's a troll about that, he forgot the #1 rule of trolling: never apologize.
Oh man, dude, I didn't even know you had a channel, Heinrich. Man, look, I just subbed your stuff.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Dude. Yo, you're gonna have to come on. Yo, I got a segment that I do every week for smaller YouTubers. You saw part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bring smaller YouTubers on. You come on, show your stuff, do whatever you do. You know what I mean? You know, try to push you out of there a little bit, get you some fresh people.
Yeah, and I gotta go get my fedora at my place, and I gotta actually take a couple angled pictures of it so that I can make your avatar in that. I gotta check through my external drive, but I believe I do have a cigar laying around. If not, I could probably go and get one, because I know I've had at least 2 or 3 different actual cigar pictures that were open source.
Hi, Rose.
Got you.
Heinrich says hi.
So what's the conversation on the night? What we in here talking about, man? What's the situation?
Well, you actually hit it on the head with your introduction. Self-aware apes is what we were about to get to.
Oh, rock on, man, rock on. You know, like what the ones out here doing sign language and starting to get concerned about consciousness and their own demise and whatnot.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna bring up a parrot who that I find kind of interesting. I'll have to see if I can find it, because unfortunately I actually forget the name of the parrot. It was an African gray parrot, and this was kind of during a time when I was kind of interested in researching kind of feral humans, and then sort of the opposite of that being like very hyper intelligent non-human animals. And I found this case with this African gray parrot, and they taught it to talk, and it started asking questions, but it was questions about itself. So then the question was, does that mean it's self-aware? It would ask, like, what color am I? And they'd tell it gray, and it seemed to understand that. As far as I know, it didn't go anywhere, because the parrot died really shortly after apparently gaining self-awareness. And as far as I know, there's not a terribly clear consensus as to whether or not the parrot, like,
whether or not
suicide.
Whether or not it actually became self-aware, or whether or not it just kind of memorized what its trainers were telling.
Right. There is this idea that maybe it became self-aware and just lost the will to live.
Realized I'm a bird in a cage. My life sucks.
Yeah.
It realized how human it was becoming.
Well, imagine. Well, how about this one?
I just want to say,
How about this one here? Hang on, man. How about this one here, right? Well, imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're going to live like 100 years, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or like 70, whatever. I'm going to live like 65, whatever, right? That parrot's only going to live like another 10. Can you imagine, like, you know, I mean, going from not having any idea of the fact that you're going to be here to the fact that you know you're only going to be here for a very short period of time yet. And like in an instant, you know what I'm saying? You start realizing this shit. That would fuck you up pretty bad, especially with the smaller time period when you really think about it.
Yeah,
I think it actually comes down to a bit of a dice roll. There's 2 ways you can take it. That's either, in the grand scheme of things, my life means nothing, or precisely because, like, I've only got this many years left, make them count. You can come to two very different conclusions with that. I'm not entirely sure what to call it.
I was just going to
stimulus.
say, the one very specific thing I do remember about this particular case was the parrot's last words that anyone heard it say was, "The night it died."
God, and she's black. I'm sorry.
The owner of the parrot was locking up and leaving, and the parrot said, "Good night, be good, I love you."
Aww.
Yeah.
At least we can. The silver lining here is that it didn't take the Skynet way out and launch missiles all over the world.
Nuclear parrot. Oh god, I'd fucking love that to death.
Let's troll Foster some more. Nuclear chicken.
I don't care if the chickens are glowing green. That means they're about to ready to die.
And then we find Cluckzilla somehow, but go on.
Well,
yeah.
Well, actually, anyway, I was about to bring up a point really quick to Pinoid. You said something about the time thing, how the parrot would realize that it only really has about 10 years to live. Yeah. What I would say to that is we know that time is relevant. And that relative, I'm sorry. And that through the perception of, younger kids.
Mouses.
Shut the fuck up.
You admitted to being a grammar Nazi. You will now be trolled.
To go back to what I was saying again, to a younger kid, what we would consider to be a very short amount of time seems to be very stretched out to them, and it all has to do with their own individual life experiences. So if you're a 1-year-old kid and you turn 2, you have been alive for 2 years. Those 2 years have been your entire life.
Yeah,
now, 2 years is not very long to us, because we're grown adult people, like 2 years, it's 700 days or whatever. But to a kid, that is their entire life. And so that's why you see like elderly women who are about ready to keel over, they'll actually say something around the lines of the middle of their life really felt more like it was in their 20s, because after that point, things started getting a little bit faster. So I'm wondering, in the case of a parrot, in that way, would it be the same way? Because the parrot only has a limited amount of lifespan to it. To a parrot, 10 years could be stretched out to our 80-year lifespan.
Well, I'd relate it more to like a kid who has cancer rather than just like a regular kid. Like if you ever meet a kid who has
I'd just like to point out the particular parrot was an African gray parrot, and in captivity they've been known to live up to 50 years. So
okay.
Yeah, I thought you said earlier that the parrot had been alive for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a terribly young parrot.
I mean, somebody said something about 10 years. I don't know the lifespan of parrots.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to find it. Let's see.
10 years. I have no fucking idea. But hang on, right? So what I'm saying is I would put it more towards a kid who has cancer, right?
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know if you ever met like a 6-7-year-old kid who has cancer and he knows he's going to die at like 12.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So these individuals become more mature, more self-aware of the fact that they're going to end up dying. They end up having more depression and fucking issues of this type of nature. You know what I mean?
Well, does that have more to do with the fact that I wouldn't necessarily equivalate it to
a shorter lifespan?
I think both of you may be making an assumption that you might not be able to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm saying
neither one of us are obviously within this situation.
Well, what I'm saying is, I know of dogs, for example, they do not have a conception of time, like at all.
They do not.
So
I'm really aware of their own mortality either, right? So just because
I think they can be aware of their own mortality in a very physical sense, like if you have cancer and it hurts. But
but
other than that,
they don't comprehend a time when they won't exist. And I think the same would go even if a parrot were self-aware. Would it understand the concept of its own mortality? I don't know.
Well, I found the parrot. His name was Alex, and I think this might shed a little bit of light on these questions. The takeaway from the experiment was that he probably had the intelligence of a 5-year-old human, which is about on par with dolphins and great apes. and they believed he possessed the emotional level of a 2-year-old human by the time he died.
Interesting.
So self-aware and sapient to the point that it can express thought, but not necessarily aware of its own mortality, not necessarily aware of its, eventual own passing, right? So.
Well,
Not necessarily.
That's kind of an outlier, though. Like there is circumstantial evidence to suggest that, like he said, his last words to like his keeper were, "Good night, I love you," and all that sort of shit. But
I would like
that doesn't.
Okay, he apparently I found the last words. I was slightly off. He seems to have fully expected to see her tomorrow, so I don't think he wanted to die. His last words were, "You be good. See you tomorrow. I love you."
Okay.
And he died at 31. The average age of a gray parrot in captivity is 45 years, so it was pretty unexpected.
Well, that gets me to something I was about to bring up, because I know you've told me about this before, Private Eye, but there's also a potential concern, because this is mimicable along a lot of these outlier cases where, okay, does this thing actually have sentience, that they all tend to live shorter lives? Is this evidence that attaining sapience it essentially ticks your time left on Earth backwards?
Yeah, I think something similar happened to a gorilla who learned sign language and was intelligent enough to ask for and keep 2 pet cats, and I believe
that was Amy.
Okay, yes. I don't know if she died young, but that's another one.
Hold on a sec, I gotta mute myself for a second.
Okay.
You gotta go for that quick fap.
Giggity, giggity, giggity. That's interesting, though, that you've had, or rather, there have been several sentient animals, but it seems that there's a trend with them not living too long shortly thereafter they realize it. That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
It almost begs the question of, is it maybe inhumane to encourage this?
Could be.
That's a good possibility, man.
I mean, it depends on how far we really get with our.
Another thing to consider is, like, how long did it take for humans to get to the point where they were, or their ancestors?
Okay, I was wrong. The name of the ape was Coco.
Okay. Yep. Ko, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I'm about to look up information on it.
I was just thinking. That's sort of we've evolved this, but when you've just got sort of this outlier mutation, like to say the parrot, that parrot doesn't have any of the sort of genetic background to necessarily support that advancement. I don't know, just
man, I don't know. Like here's the other half of this problem, right? Is the fact that like our understanding of our own history isn't quite what it should be yet. I don't think. I mean, because like there is evidence that we were around a whole lot longer than we think we were. Like, because if you ask anthropologists, 20 years ago, how long did it take human beings to become where we are today? They would have said, like, what was it, 40, 50,000 years, something like that from the last, from the last step. But, it keeps stepping backwards as they find more and more human, civilization.
Well, it's the existential problem of you're a scientist operating where you have no evidence.
Yeah, and they're making concrete concrete solutions or something that they don't actually have the real answers for. So
or at least
we
the
really
best
don't
they can have at any given time.
Yeah, they just don't know. They really don't have any idea. Nobody wants to be the guy that goes, we don't know. You know what I mean? Because somebody's legitimately asking you questions, and you print papers, and you're getting money for.
Well, why else did Socrates say the man who knows the most is the one who admits he doesn't know anything?
Yeah. Well, that's he said it's the beginning of wisdoms, not knowing anything. And I so we don't really know how long it took us to get here. We really don't. And they say like chimps right now are beginning the Stone Age. They're using stone tools to, stand here and crack open shells and do all this type of stuff. So we don't know like legitimately how far back all this stuff really goes. So, maybe it is humane to try to push another animal into that thing like unnaturally. You know what I mean?
Well, I suppose maybe we should get to one of the other questions regarding this, and what kicked this all off is animal-human hybrids. What does that entail? Is there a genetic component where if something's 51% human and 49% something else, is it human? By the way, hi, Cass. It's I would have introduced you to
Speaking
a very
of
good
hybrid
discussion.
animals.
Yeah.
Our token one here. Oh, this is just eternally getting more and more comically interesting as we accrue more people at the right fucking time.
Yep.
No, I actually feel like we might have had to have answered that question already if it weren't for the fact that the Soviet Union was terribly unsuccessful in their attempts to create human and other great ape hybrids. I think that was because they used orangutans. I kind of wonder what would have happened if they, say, tried using chimps.
More food for the gulag?
Yeah, they would have had chimps making bread.
Okay, I know I'm taking
you
this
have
back
a
a bit.
far nicer interpretation of that
I
than I
looked
was.
up what dictates sentience, and
According to whom?
Yeah, that's important.
according to science. Period.
Okay, so it's something like Asimov's laws.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
science has been defined as sentience, awareness, subjectivity, qualia, which is the ability to experience or to feel, and wakefulness, having a sense of selfhood, and exclusive control system of the mind.
Okay.
And
So I suppose it begs the question: how does one define each of those words? Like, I don't want to go into the definition spiral, but this is kind of what ends up happening.
That's the thing. Listening to those and reading about Alex right now, I think the reason he's still talked about is because I think you could probably twist it to say that he probably met those standards for sentience.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
sentience.
This is me in my psychology classes, like demanding that you objectively define everything. I don't want to be that guy, but I kind of have to be that guy.
Man, that definition is entirely too fucking vague. You know, I mean, by that definition, like honestly, you could say like a catfish is a fucking sentient being.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing.
Interesting.
There's an argument to be made that
Let
most
me
animals
use
are
Coco for an
sentient.
example. She was considered sentient because she had the capacity to feel, perceive, experience subjectively.
What does experience subjectively even mean?
18th century philosophers used the concept to distinguish the ability to think or reason from the ability to feel.
Man, listen, dude, seriously, this is super vague. How about like we have a consciousness of your own death, something along these type of lines, something that
Well,
you know
no,
that you're
no.
gonna
I
die.
actually think I get what Tara's going at, and it's how I kicked this off by saying man is a rational animal and is capable of rationality. I think that's what this definition is trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
From our own perception.
There's a slight difference between the sentience and sapience, right? Sapience means to be able to think, right?
Yep.
Homo sapiens think.
Yeah, it even says
Sentient is
on
being
here
aware,
not to
but-
be confused with sapience.
Right.
Sapience is wisdom.
Okay.
Wisdom or sapience is the ability to think and act using knowledge, experience, understanding, common sense, and insight, especially in mature and utilitarian manner.
So, if I'm going to give an example to demonstrate this, sapience would be the mouse learning that if I touch this, if the other guy touches this lever, I get shocked. Sentience would be knowing that he's an experiment.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay, I guess then at that point, then I guess the best way we could figure out if either regular animals or these hybrid soon-to-be furry genders are actually sentient, we could just say, all right, do they have common sense? And just say yes or no. With yes, then okay, sentient. You're now a citizen of California and New York.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Burnside, think of it this way. They would pretty much be given IQ tests, logic tests that are given to common zoo animals for experiments. You know.
Oh
to see how
God,
smart
I
they are.
gotta get Mickey for that.
But the thing is they would literally determine whether or not they have the mental capacity of, let's say, my stepmother, which is a retard, or of you or I.
Mm-hmm.
If they have it of you or I, they would be considered sentient and sapient. If they have it of have it of, you know, my stepmother, they would be sent back to the zoo.
Oh Lord.
I'm always worried about banging a retarded chick. Like, is they're really strong and shit? Like, what happens if they start getting off and like rip your neck in half or something? That's always a fucking concern about it. You know?
That retard stuff, man. Gotta be careful with that retard.
Lord, that
depends on your variation of retard.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's,
So then,
Anyway,
These stinky Frenchmen, I can attest that they are completely harmless. Let them marry me, please.
Run.
No.
Okay. If a Frenchman's saying this, run, fucking run.
no. That's when we were like, all right, skip sending them back to the zoo. Let's put them in the incinerator.
Well, before we do, I just wanted to point this out that it really does put a new spin on the statement Hulk smash.
Oh Lord. Okay. One
thing I want to pick up with on this really quick, and then if we want to drop it, that's fine.
You read my mind. You read my mind, Foster. All right, proceed.
The problem, and this is gonna seem like, you know, oh Foster, you're just pulling shit out of your ass by this point, and you know I probably am. That's just how my brain works.
That is beyond
Foster,
questioning.
That is the place of the ass to pull shit out of.
The thing is, though, we're going over like what constitutes sapience, what constitutes, you know, common sense, and all this other shit. Those are all human ideas. You know, the only authority by which you can argue that towards is humanity itself. Humanity is the only judge we have for ourselves that we know of as of right now. You know, we exist within a four-dimensional reality, yet, you know, for all we know, and by all likeliness, according to string theory, there are fifth-dimensional beings, sixth-dimensional beings, seventh-dimensional beings who have comprehension far beyond what we in our over-evolved monkey brains can possibly muster up. And the fact of the matter is, though, we're holding ourselves up to a certain standard that we're on top, yet that might not actually be the case. If it you know, turns out tomorrow that we are actually an inferior race to the aliens, would the aliens still give us as much credit as we do ourselves, or would they put us at like the same level as the chicken, the dolphin, the dog, these sorts of things? Because the concepts that they know of for their own sentience are their own by their own design, and in that way we are very much so inferior.
Right,
well,
but
I've actually entertained ideas like this before. After all, I was the guy in college who was using the brain in the vat as an example of forcing people to understand we do not know some things. The way I've seen it explained before, if there really are beings that far ahead of us, we're ants. We are ants to them.
Well, in a cosmic sense, we're ants anyway, but...
No,
yeah,
I mean,
in
terms of the standpoints and everything, we are ants to them. We constitute so little of an anything that we do not register. If they are actual alien beings and they would actually interact with Earth, honestly, it would probably be to destroy it for resources, if we're going to be patently honest with ourselves.
Well, you know, we're dangerous monkeys. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would be. We would be more dangerous monkeys. You know what I mean? But I want to hear from the guy. But I want to hear what the guy with the gray beard, because he got something to say. He keeps leaning forward. Yeah. He kept coming up into the camera. He's like, what's going on? What's going on?
No, I'm typing in a comment from one of my videos. But sorry, I'm listening, but I'm sorry I haven't been as fully engaged. What was the question?
It's okay. You just look like you're going to make a very interesting, methodical point.
Basically, the thing is...
Listen, we are getting so far down this fucking rabbit hole.
All right, do you guys just want me to cut that?
I was just going to say, if you think about it, if it comes to aliens and we are the dangerous apes, then we are the 18th century Australia of the universe.
Basically, one of the reasons why I treat a question like this the same way I would the brain of the vat question. Like literally just ask yourself, okay, let's assume this exists. What about our lives right now does it change?
Nothing unless
better
you're your
question.
stereotypical
ignorant
person.
perception, not much.
I haven't even better question.
Exactly. Like it's a wonderful thought experiment, but in the grand scheme of the universe, what does it really change? Let's like it's. I haven't like astronomers already
The
pointed out.
most I could see this changing is if it goes your stereotypical route and everyone goes, "Oh, okay, we realized there were aliens. Let's get very angry, very scared, and just riot for the fuck's sake of it."
Oh, you're
So in
talking
other
about
words, just do the
Antifa.
50s alien movie thing and just not do anything rational.
Well, how about this? How about this one here? How about this one here? Why are we exploring space without the proper weaponry? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we legitimately think that there's something out there that's stronger than us, like, why are we fucking around in like the pool where there's a goddamn shark without anything to fight it with? Like,
because we don't assume it's a shark.
As far as I know,
we haven't really figured out what happens out work in space quite yet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The very simple answer to that question is the Earth is flat and all the video space footage is shot in a pool.
Lol. Yeah.
Ain't that really a fucking question though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are we sending out these fucking transmissions, these satellites out to other fucking galaxies or fucking solar systems or whatever, when legitimately, like, if we find somebody and they come here, we're kind of fucked. You know what I mean? Because we really have no way to defend ourselves, sort of like shooting metal things at them. You know what I mean? In the same way that we've been throwing fucking spears for the past, like, 2 million fucking years. You know what I mean?
The honest problem is that we are. Henrik, I can actually answer this. This is actually right up my alley.
All right, go for it.
The problem, you are actually so right. That's why people do it. Like, why do we explore space even though we don't have the weapons? We don't have the fucking weapons. We literally have nothing to retaliate with, so we have nothing to lose at a certain level. Like, I'm not saying this is a good idea. Honestly, I think space exploration outside of let's find another home for humanity in case we fuck the Earth up is really a waste of money. But honestly, But the problem, as I see it, and if I was the president of the United States, like this is kind of the mindset you have to be in. We know so full well that we have nothing. We honestly should throw the crapshoot in the hopes that they come in peace. We are not assuming it's a shark. That's 90% of the reason.
Bartender, I will say this. I read that article to have a laugh. on this
to have a laugh, you pissed me off, and then we got really philosophical with it.
Yeah,
this stuff can arise out of anything.
Oh Lord.
Oh God!
Keeps on giving.
Bartender, you know I love you, but this is kind of why I don't want to have you on that one stream with Weibo if we do decide to do it.
I have knowledge. It is my duty to spread it.
So hold on. What article sparked this whole delve into the rabbit hole?
Yeah, I just fucking got here. So.
Do we honestly want to bring it up right now?
No.
Six, just send it. Just send it to the.
Read it on your own time.
All right.
I just want to say I appreciate this rabbit hole because this is stuff I'm actually genuinely interested in. So this is the perfect time to hop in.
I will say though, this is probably the most interesting conversation I've been in on a Chaos stream thus far.
Definitely. Yep. All right.
So before we get onto another subject, I have to know from Foster. So, what are the 10 points as a good reason to fuck your daddy?
Oh yeah, we finally get into this one.
I thought that was the next point. What a good segue.
All
right, Messiah. I'm the resident Protestant. Convince me that incest is good.
Ooh.
Change my mind.
Real quick, who am I sending this article to?
Just put it in the side chat.
Oh man, yo, I read an article on fucking incest the other day. Fucking because I did a video on it because like it's a major fucking problem. Like legitimately.
Yeah, I know. My ex-husband's probably a product of incest.
According to AlternateHypothesis.com, it's a great way to to keep the gene pool within the whites.
Did he seriously fucking say that?
No, but it would not surprise me if he did.
Like for the love of God, Messiah, if you find something like that, just link me to it because I already have proof
trust me, you'll be the first one to know.
And I'm going to be
I
the
already
second.
know firsthand that man does not know economics, and I have reason to just if I see like an alt-writer in chat bring up, oh, all type says this, I already have it on fiat that I could just say bullshit. I'm not going to buy it I'm not going to buy it if it's from him at this point.
Well, he also doesn't understand genetics either. He only focuses on the quantitative side of things, not the actual science within them. But
do you want to know 3 facts about incest that'll fuck your whole brain up for a little bit?
Number 10, 9, and 8 on my list. Sure, go right ahead.
All right, boys, change my mind.
The three groups that are fucking the most affected by incest are Hasidic Jews, Mennonites, and Canadian Frenchmen.
Canadian Frenchmen. 2 of those 3 don't surprise me.
What do you mean? What's meant by
if it's French Canadians, yeah, I can see that.
What's meant by most affected? Do you mean that it has a most detrimental effect, or that they engage in it much more than any other community?
All right, so what they do is they measure it by maple syrup urine disease. No, like legit, because I just had a kid, right, like fucking last year, and they gave it a genetic test when it was born for maple syrup urine disease, right, which is this fucking disease, right?
What the hell?
Maple syrup urine disease.
No, hear him out. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, it's an inbred disease. It's like they give it to people who live up in like the mountains, and I'm in the Appalachians and shit. And like, I'm a Guinea, so we only been here like 2 generations, so we're not inbred yet, right? So
it's in brackets.
Yet, right? So you know what I mean? Like legit, like fucking. There's some undercoupler weddings that are kind of iffy around here, but you know what I mean? Fucking.
He says yet and just looks over to his son lying in the crib.
Boy, man, that eye's a little lower than the other one. I don't know what the fuck that means.
What's your name? 90210.
But like so what they do is they test all the babies around here for this fucking disease and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fucking but it's a major fucking problem in like the Amish community, the Mennonite community, the Ashkenazi.
Yeah, more insulated communities. You know what? In Europe, they found it's quite prevalent amongst the Pakistani community in places like like Pakistanis. They love having sex with their cousins. So
not a surprise.
Especially if she's a 9-year-old.
They want to keep the communities insular, right? They don't want a lot of outward influence in their communities, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, here's the other part of this, right? The other part of this is that they have, they say it's more common in families where kids are like separated from their parents or separated from other family members. Mm-hmm. So when they meet up, like the familiarity thing and, you know, I mean, like the lost connection type of thing kind of like fucking like joins together and they end up like getting it the fuck in. And with the fucking divorce bullshit that's going on now and the nonsense with all that shit, that's why it's fucking exploding.
Dude, I can back that up 100%. I did a stream. Oh, God, it was probably a year ago now. We were reading an article about a girl who she met up with her dad, didn't know it was her dad, but she fucking blew him off. Like, you know, in that sense. She admitted to sucking her dad fucking dry.
Oh, Lord.
Well, no chance of her having a flipper baby with that, right?
Well, I mean, by that point, it's cannibalism. You're eating your own brothers and sisters. But
it's already disgusting enough as it is.
You're killing our Protestants.
Someone called me.
Number 9.
Oh shit!
If this turns into a big smoke order, I'm leaving.
On 4chan, you know, brother-sister incest is referred to as wincest.
Oh,
you weren't aware of that. A lot of 4chan fans here, I guess. Oh,
man, look,
okay, Foster, you got 9 more to get to.
Man, look.
Wait a second, Pinoy. Yeah, I mean he's not done. My man is still kicking.
Oh boy.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, right? Yo, so I met this chick off of Plenty of Fish one time, right? And she somehow found an Instagram filter that hid fucking an extra chromosome, right? I don't know how the fuck you do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, oh, and I picked this bitch up. You know, I went like 45 minutes to go meet this fucking broad, and I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna get my dick sucked. But the bitch, is she opened her mouth, she had like 2 rows of fucking teeth and shit. You know, I'm like, yo.
She had like a little forked talon at the end of her tongue.
That's actually a bit more common than you might think. Like, what do you mean when you said she had 2 rows of teeth? Because technically speaking, I actually had that for a few years.
Oh, so your mom and dad was related? Is that the situation?
What ended up happening? No. It's much more mundane. What ended up happening was I let my canine baby teeth stay in for way too long. The permanent teeth actually came out underneath them.
Oh, no. This chick was like Dan Aykroyd and Coneheads and shit. She had like 2 rows.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, there's no defending that. Keep going.
Fuck. Jesus.
The next step in human evolution.
By the way, for all you wondering, that actually probably did me a lot of favors because I had to get more teeth removed, and now I don't have to get my... So fuck all y'all.
You got assimilated, my brother.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
You were being transported into the Matrix there for a second.
Oh, like I roboted?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm using a really weird internet connection setup where I got to run my Ethernet through my house wiring using an adapter. My internet fluctuates. But no, what I was saying was it actually, because I had my baby teeth growing that way, they actually had to remove more of my teeth to make room for my canines. Because of that, I don't have... No. It's a good thing.
Hold on really quick 1 second. Keep talking about this. I'm not drunk enough yet for this conversation. I'll be right back.
No, it's gonna end really quickly. But because I had to get those teeth removed, I don't actually have to get my wisdom teeth removed at all.
Oh, good for you then.
Yeah. Yeah. My life is a combination of really good luck and really bad luck. I don't have to pay a dime in college debt, and I don't have to get my wisdom teeth removed.
Interesting.
I'm paying for it in every other way, though.
Hey man, I avoided that just by having a really big fucking mouth.
I still remember those pictures of my braces where I had like the canines just like quickly shot up and then back down again. But
you know, the only tooth I ever got any fucking work done got knocked out in a goddamn fight. I'm pissed off about that shit.
Ow. That's
no, it's not even out. It's just a fucking tooth I had a root canal in. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a one that fucking got knocked the fuck out on some dumb shit. The weakest tooth in my fucking mouth. Pain in the ass. Yeah, but 40% of all Pakistanis are fucking inbred, right?
Lord.
In Pakistan.
Does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, fucking like man.
Is the Islam or Pakistani though?
Reason number 9: you get to be closer to God, like the Pakistanis.
Oh Lord!
What the fuck are you talking about?
They purposely blow themselves up to be closer to God.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Nice.
For a second there, I thought you were making a bit of a legitimate point there.
No. Oh.
Hey, he said he was going to be giving 10 reasons to fuck your dad.
I
expected this to be like some Guardian article shit.
Oh, all right.
I made that up as a joke. I need to pick these up where I can.
I thought you had like a Guardian article or something out, and you're just reading it off.
I bet you anything. I can't find one. I bet you anything. Hold on.
The other day, I saw like it was either Guardian or BBC, something about fucking your first cousin isn't as bad as you may think.
Please tell me it's the BBC, so I have more reason to bitch about Britain.
But you're Protestant. You should be obeying Britain.
Oh God, no! I'm not. Oh no, I'm not an Episcopalian.
No,
screw them.
You're Protestant though. You should be obeying the Queen and all that shit. You know.
No. I come from German stock. I'm Welsh Lutheran.
I know what number 9 is.
Well, we're at 8, I think. Like fucking, like
Okay.
we're at 10 to 9. We're at number 8, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, you know.
All right,
Well,
continue.
how about this?
we're in
How about this?
Wisconsin, everything's German.
How about this? Well, we need less people on the planet, right? You know what I mean? Like that's just something that needs to fucking happen.
Well, less inbred people.
No, less people, but
Just
more inbreeding. More inbreeding means that we'll have less motherfuckers because they won't be able to fucking breed after that.
Where's the purple guy with the golden Michael Jackson glove?
Oh, you asked me, Noah. The answer to that one is go MGTOW. Just don't even fucking reproduce.
Burnside,
I got between
present
5
me
and 10
because
kids,
this is what I pulled up when I pulled up that typed in the search. Fucking your cousin isn't as bad as you think.
All right.
Is it okay to have sex with my second cousin? Oh wow.
Thank God
How
this
many
isn't a
extra
606
chromosomes do you
area code.
have,
Oh,
lady?
shit.
Wait. That says thinking about having sex with my second cousin, to be exact. My dad's oldest
Alright.
sisters. No, that's not your second cousin. If it's your dad's oldest sister's kid, like, yo, man, listen, dude.
I
I
found
hooked up with my first cousin last
Wait,
night.
why does
Confessions
this-
on Reddit.
Why does it sound like I'm in a Crusader Kings forum talking about how do you fuck your virtual sister?
Oh, God.
A poll from Escapist magazine. Would you have sex with your cousin?
Why?
hold on. I found the article
well, it
on
depends on which cousin.
It's from the Independent. I can link it here.
I thought the Independent was the good one.
There's nothing wrong with cousins getting married.
Look at
Scientists
this.
say.
That's a Gizmodo fucking joint. The science of marrying your cousin.
Yeah.
The fuck is
Slap magazine. What's wrong with fucking your cousin?
What the fuck?
Just to put it into perspective for the stream, we have gone from discussing the sapience of animals and what makes them sentient
To fucking
to
your
incest.
biological cousin.
Do you guys want a better topic? Because I got a better topic. Do you want a better topic?
Oh, this is a bad topic.
I
It's just
actually-
hilarious.
I actually
Wait
have
a second.
one to go segue into.
Wait a
As
second.
far-
We didn't even really get into the
You
whole
can stop
thing
presenting me.
as to like the whole thing that brought about like the whole conversation in the first place. I don't think that was even brought up. Like we're giving all the memes, but we're not giving the context behind them yet.
All right, then, Tara, explain why we are talking about the subject of cousin fucking, sister fucking, and all things Lord Sharkbait.
Okay, so before we came on air and before a whole bunch of people got in here, it was I don't exactly remember how it got mentioned, but
We just did.
I revealed that my ex-husband is a bastard. He never knew his actual father, and it could have been one of 3 people. A guy that knew but didn't care, a guy that didn't know but would have cared, or his granddaddy is his daddy.
Dun dun dun.
Well, shit.
And this is the reason why I will not, marry another man from Florida.
It doesn't matter where the fuck you're from. Like, this is like legitimately my ex-girlfriend, like she was fucking her brother. You know what I'm saying? Like legit.
Ew.
Wait. Was it her quote unquote stepbrother, and was it for porn?
No, it was her brother. Like she fucked up his marriage. You
If
know what I'm
ever there
saying?
was a time for the word degeneracy.
Whoa,
Nope.
hey then.
Nope.
Man,
What a time to be alive.
I mean,
Wow.
I know
No.
that there was incest in my family tree, but not that fucking bad.
Like, I'm gonna tell you
That's
like this.
fucked.
Like, you
I
want to
got
know this?
paid.
You want to know the sad part about it?
What,
I
man?
think I know where they got the idea.
Where?
Sex ed class.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Probably.
I've
No.
I've
Like it
seen
was
this-
one of those. It was one of those separated joints. Like the fucking like the boys and girls were separate. Like the boys went with the dad and the girls went with the mom. And then when they got back together, like the girls were teenagers. You know what I'm saying? The boys were teenagers and shit. You know what I mean? They left as little kids. Yo, I'm telling you, like, yo, this whole fucking retarded ass family thing we're doing now, the whole divorce and feminism bullshit.
Mhm.
It's what the fuck caused the whole fucking thing. But It's
Well, in
still
which case, the
it's
sex ed class gets rolled into that.
Yo,
You know,
you don't understand
I've been on it. I've been on it.
this shit happens.
No interrupting, please.
I'm
Two
sorry.
at a time.
Like,
One at a time.
like dude, I got paid to fuck a dude's sister one time, so he didn't have to no more.
What in the fuck?
Wait,
Just what in the fuck?
Appalachia, folks.
Yeah, you live in the worst section than me.
Oh,
Like, dude, here's the
Burnside,
bitch,
you
like,
can't pick on me no more.
yo,
Like,
legit,
okay,
bro.
Veteran Mountain Man got mad at me for talking shit about Appalachia when I was referencing Thomas Sowell. Talking annoyed means maybe Veteran Mountain Man's not being as truthful as you might think.
oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? I got paid $300 as his sister.
Nothing
was
bad on him,
dancing
by the
away.
way. No, he's a good man. It's
You-
just
wait a minute.
You know, if
Wait
they
second,
put a
Mercy.
camera in there, you would have got paid like $600 or $700, man.
Oh,
Well, this
God.
was way back, like when like a camcorder was like the size of a fucking grenade launcher and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Betamax,
what is this?
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'm
hell!
out.
What are our lives?
Man, listen, like y'all don't understand like how fucked up shit really is. Like there is some serious amount, like, and it's not just like white people. It's like I know black people legitimately who like are fucking their fucking family members and shit. It happens all the fucking time. Like shit is fucked up out here.
Like I had a feeling that's what you were actually referencing. By the way, that's why I immediately thought of
good Lord.
sex ed in public school.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm like I'm Italian. These like it was a white bitch I was banging. You know what I mean? And I'm Italian, so you know, same. It is what it is. But like, yeah, shit's fucked up. Like everywhere. It don't matter where you go, what type of people it is. It's all fucking terrible. Like legitimately.
Like I knew people were fucked up, just not fucked up in that scenario. Like up here, I know like when Whitey does.
There's a
Like,
word for
like-
it, so you know that people have done it. So
Oh, what I was
it's not
thinking
like
of,
it's anything new.
well, I was thinking more along the lines of different type of shit, but the same framing. Like up here, we got a fucking opiate problem.
We got
We got
problem
opiate
too.
problems, and when it comes to Whitey shooting up, good God, I know of crocodile.
I will mention what my city has a problem with after we get done with this segment because it'll cut directly into the special segment that I do.
My city's problem is traffic.
Has it got something to do with sodomy?
Yo,
No.
Heinrich's city's
No,
problem is
let's not
murder.
spoil it.
His city's problem is murder, like on a mass fucking scale. Like
Where are you?
They're about
But,
they're about
yeah.
to bring the UN in to stop them motherfuckers from killing each other. The National Guard almost got dispatched out that bitch to stop y'all.
Oh, Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Sweet
indeed.
home, Chicago. Bow, bow.
Chicago,
Where the hot lead flies
Chicago
overhead.
is the shame of the Midwest, and they're colonizing Milwaukee.
Yes, we are. We will soon integrate Milwaukee into the greater Shirakistanian commune.
Tell
Dude,
Illinois
they-
they can have it.
They're
Tell
shipping,
Illinois they can fucking have it. They can take the Brewers too, for all I care, and the Bucks.
they're shipping people from Milwaukee into my city.
Awesome. Well, on the subject of that, shall I go ahead and read the stats?
Yeah.
Obviously, proved to all of us why gun control doesn't work.
All right. Normally, Six is present to go and do the whole prayer ceremony and what have you. He's taking care of a few things right now, so I will do my best. On this day, on May 24th of the 2018,
In this year of our Lord and Savior, that guy who was born around the same time as Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're gonna say that? I was gonna say Donald.
You
Trump.
mean Brian?
No,
Yeah,
we're talking
Brian.
about
Brian. There you go.
silence, heretics. We speaketh ofeth the great patron saint of
Do
gun
it in the
control,
Joker voice.
the great Lord. Oh God, I would totally screw this up in the Joker voice. Are you kidding me? I could barely do with it like this. As annoying as it is.
I could do it if I wasn't at home right now and Dad didn't get pissed at me because he sleeps underneath me. I could do a perfect one for you because I do impressions and I'm really good with an English.
All right.
Dude,
Well,
why are you laying on top of your dad? What the fuck is going on over there? What are you talking about?
It's a house structure issue. You see,
it's
my room
still-
has
it's-
poor sound installation. strangulation, and there's a room.
Hey, son,
underneath
it's
me.
not rape. It's a struggle snuggle.
Yo, it's still incest if it's gay. You know what I'm saying?
You dumb Protestant bastard! You walked right into that. All right.
I've told you before. I am denser than uranium.
You see, this is why we need to take you out of the cornfield so you can get some of that fucking IQ, so you stop sounding like a fucking sodomite supreme over there. All right, anyways, here are the stats of our Lord Patron Saint of gun control and nutshots, Rahm Emanuel, in his greater land of Chicago, the great genocide of the 606. All right, anyways, let's see here. You know, as of today or late yesterday, depending on how they updated it, we actually broke the 800 marker. We have a total of 813 people who've been shot and wounded. And we just broke the 150 marker for people who've been shot and killed. We're actually at 157, maybe 158. Depends on how long it takes for them to get to the bodies. The awesome thing is we almost have 1,000 people who have been shot at. We have a total of 970 shots. And the funny thing is we've only got a 157 who have been shot and killed. We've had a total of 190 homicides. So, people are getting a little shanky out there. You know, people are getting
well, of course, as London proves, if you take away the guns, the criminals just get knives.
Well, here's control.
Fuck knives. I'll get a crowbar.
Here's the real.
Then crowbar control.
Yeah, I just did a video about this shit the other day. Fucking like what was it last week? Y'all motherfuckers had like fucking 77 fucking shootings in like 3 fucking days or something like that.
Yeah, there's a whole slew of school shootings. If that's what you're referring to.
They were shooting witnesses outside of the fucking hospital. People who were visiting the people who got shot at.
That really doesn't
sounds like Shirakistan.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
It's sweet home, Chicago.
Sweet home, Shirakistan. All right. Well, speaking of people getting shot at, as far as the total percentages of causes of death, we are at 82.6% by gunshot and 17.4% by other. And the breakdown of that is 150 homicides by gunshot. Ooh, stabbings did go up. 21 total stabbings. All right, nice. A little shanky in there. All right, 6 from blunt force trauma, 3 from strangulation. Oh, looks like 1 from an automobile. All right, I guess somebody just got pissed and decided to make a car of peace on some poor bastard. 1 was child abuse, and 1, damn, they still don't know what that last one was. All right, 1 is completely unknown. They're just looking at that mangled body going, what the fuck happened to this poor fuck?
Mutilating the body is a good way to obscure evidence.
Yep. And another funny thing is, as far as the victim card, Al Sharpton and friends are nowhere to be seen. 73.7 of the victims of all this absolute insanity are black.
No. Al Sharpton's going to Washington and complaining that white culture doesn't understand black culture, and that's causing these problems. Come on, Burnside, don't you know?
Hey, all I'm saying is I want him to do it.
Al Sharpton didn't do nothing wrong. He did do nothing.
He's a didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
He's a didn't do nothing a lot.
Okay. Private Eye, you've just brought this up. Yeah, I'm aware that in response to all these stabbings in London, Sadiq Khan is planning to regulate knives, and this goes all the way down to plastic silverware.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy over there.
I saw on Minds somebody posted a picture of a whisk sold in a British shop that said not to be sold to people under the age of 18. A whisk.
There was like this
funny.
Scotsman who got arrested for carrying like a whisk or like some.
It was a butter knife. It was a butter knife. It was like it was like a butter spreading knife. Yeah.
I could have swore there was someone with like a whisk or something like not even with a blade on it.
Spatula or some shit. Yeah, I have no idea.
Here's my question.
Out there with a wooden spoon. Oi, mate, you got a license for that?
You want to know my question?
I have one too. Go ahead, man. I got a question too as well.
How the fuck do you kill someone with a goddamn whisk?
Wait, I got another question.
Very creative.
Wait. Do you have to be 18 to buy Bisquick? That's the other question with that.
Oh god.
Well, hold on. You're dealing with the UK. It's not Bisquick over there. It's Britsquick.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, see,
Is it really called Britsquick?
No,
I
it's not
just made
called
that up.
Britsquick. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I got you.
okay.
Right,
God.
yeah.
All right.
No brain.
I'm
If
just
Sadiq Khan came to my room, he would be terrified of one corner. Why? All sorts of blunt instruments. Like I have a military pickaxe, several baseball bats. I just recently got a golf driver.
I got a gun.
I think he'd be terrified because he's a
God
manlet.
forbid he visit the hunting room in my basement.
I got a rifle. I got a
God
rifle
forbid
running up against my
anybody find
kid's
my
playpen.
basement.
No, God forbid Dad see my gun collection.
Gentlemen.
He was at his largest.
Gentlemen,
Right, Shirakistan.
speaking of guns, I have a nice announcement for you. Since all the other stats are pretty much nonsense, and people are most likely awaiting the fun stuff, we have a total of, and this is going to be funny because the picture of this literally looks like the signal bars. This is why I interrupted you guys. We have a total of 44 ass shots. 44. Literally looks like a small version of the cellular wireless bars.
Well, of people who got shot in the ass.
Yeah, so people who have been shot in the ass. Left cheek, right up Main Street. Yep, 44 people have been shot in the ass. And we've had a total of 18 people who have shot themselves.
So this is homicide.
Yeah, this is dumbass homicide. This is what happens when you try to donkey teeth the McCringleberry on your 40-inch rims, and you fail miserably because you shouldn't be shooting from a vehicle that not only has rims that are taller than you are, but are also bouncing at the same time. No more worried about looking full rizzle and shizzle and all that fucking Negro turns than actually shooting people. And because of that, there are also a total of 10 missing testicles that have been sacrificed to the gun control gods.
There's the 10 testicles.
That's why I had to interrupt you guys, because I was scanning through and it looks like some of these other stats aren't up to date, but that's the one that they're always top dollar. You bet your ass they're always on top of that.
Did someone say testicles?
Yes, you missed it. Yes, I went through the stats. We have 10 testicles that were sacrificed to the gun control god. 6. We had 18 people who have shot themselves, and we have 44 people who are suffering from hot lead in the ass cheeks, or right up the poop shooter.
Burnside, I have to ask. There's a more pressing question here.
Yeah.
Why is Chicago keeping Saints Row levels of information on their shooting victims?
What the fuck else am I gonna laugh at? Why do you think? What the fuck else am I gonna laugh at?
No, it's not about you laughing at it. You're getting these statistics from somewhere. Someone is collecting these. Someone is literally doing
Detroit.
Saints Row scoring of Chicago.
Yes. You're surprised why?
We're not Detroit.
Why the fuck would anyone count Saints Row?
Chicago. I keep forgetting. Sorry, you're a Protestant who's all little white and innocent, lived in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I know like how you guys count cows. We count dead bodies. There's a reason why I'm obsessed with corpses and violence, because that is our baseball. Because normally when we have baseball, we bitch about teams when we start shooting and or stabbing each other. So it's actually socially acceptable to talk about corpses instead of sports and politics, because normally the two of those will start shankings, shootings, and blunt force trauma. Because
so dead bodies are to you what bar fights are to here.
Probably, because I mean, you could sit there and talk about different crimes and shit that's going on in different neighborhoods, and people just sit there, have a few beers, and talk about it like it's regular bar talk, regular social talk. You sit there, you talk about how you like the Sox, you like the Cubs. You might get shot. Because there'll be a guy at the end of the bar who's got a Cubs shirt on, and he'll get up, get all ape looking and shit, grab his junk, and then retrieve a 9mm or some kind or another from there, some kind of gold plated something or other, turn it sideways and start saying Cubs rule or some shit like that, and he'll start shooting you. And it's an attempt to shoot you because you talk shit about his team. He'll hit the two guys next to you, graze a bullet past the bartender, and then eventually hit you. Most likely in the ass, because he's aiming sideways and shit. With the Sox fans, it's normally stabbings. And then you normally, like, if you talk shit about the Sox, you normally get two guys that'll like sort of either discreetly come up to you and go, "You want to shut the hell up?" And then if you look back at them or decide to say something, they'll start violently stabbing the hell out of you and drag you out the back door. or the front door.
So in other words, if I ever go to Chicago, one, question why I'm going to Chicago to begin with. Two, don't wear that White Sox hat I found on top of a trash can at Six Flags Great America that one time.
Yeah, that was probably the
you end up wearing the beanie that I got at a yard sale.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you can wear sports materials, but don't talk about it because you will get shot and/or stabbed. And hockey's still relatively tribal, but you know, semi-violent. That's where the blunt force trauma comes in, because people go warriors on. Well, yeah, people go warriors on you with hockey sticks or their bare fists. You know, you talk shit about the Blackhawks or the Wolves. Chances are you'll get a whole group of guys that'll start just knocking the hell out of you. And typically, two of them will say world star, and then everyone will just turn around and act like it's normal and go, okay, you know, they're filming for posterity.
The Chicago Wolves are still around?
Barely, but yes. There's a scant few of them, but it's like basically warriors versus orphans. The warriors are the Blackhawks, the orphans are the Wolves. Because they're technically St. Louis, but you know, they represent Chicago, so everyone's like, oh, all right, they're cool. They're okay.
Yeah. Because I remember Chicago Wolves used to be a decent minor pro team back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still around. They're not doing too much. But yeah, it's pretty much the stats. Unless you guys wanna see the map.
Not really.
Oh, come on.
I mean, Grodd and Craig left.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn, all right. That's pity. That's all good. All right.
Oh, I just realized CityCon would be even more terrified of something I have in my room.
Do tell.
World War I brass knuckle knife.
Oh, trench knives.
What, Messiah?
That was a very, very delayed joke, and I said, is it something that is not Hamas? Get it because it's Middle Eastern Muslim much, you fucking camel fucker.
It's like one of those things where I know there's a joke being told, but I can't tell which way the punchline's going, so I don't know how to respond.
No. Just don't even pay attention to me. I'm fucking retarded.
Well, I already. No. Just say what it actually is. You're drunk, Foster. Go home.
I am home.
Foster proceeds to look around and realize, wait, I'm not filming at my computer.
Actually, I don't even know where the hell I'm at.
We almost broke into a Talking Heads song. As the days go by.
But yeah, there's actually an inscription on the thing. U.S. 1918, LF and C 1918.
Nice.
Knuckles also are not just regular knuckles. No, they're actually spiked.
Oh, fucking sweet.
Yep, and even comes with a nice little spike on the hilt, so I can bring it down on someone's head. CityCon would not like me and my obsession with melee weapons.
They probably wouldn't like me.
Is this your prep kit for Black Friday?
He wouldn't like me. And
I went through the zombie apocalypse phase.
Like I said, is this your prep kit for Black Friday?
Completely and utterly.
Crap! This is a reference I don't get.
Black Friday, you need to defend yourself from getting trampled.
Yeah, it's the day after.
Because that's when all the blacks come out.
I thought like Black Friday was like a zombie movie or something, and that's what you were referencing. No. I overthought this. I didn't think you'd be referring to the obvious thing on Christmas. No, my answer to that is just don't fucking go to Black Friday. I don't know why people do it anymore.
It's not even on Christmas, my dude. It's on Thanksgiving.
Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
No, it is on Thanksgiving.
You know what I'm getting at.
It's on Thanksgiving.
It's like the week before Thanksgiving.
Like literally, they start the shopping at like
6 o'clock.
If it was on Thanksgiving,
Here
it would
it's
be
4
Black
p.m.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, long story short, my response to that is, why does anybody go to fucking Black Friday anymore? It's just...
I
You are
do it
sheeple.
because
You are
it's
sheeple.
a tradition my aunt and I do, and we usually end up getting some pretty good deals on things. But we're not the type to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to go fucking shopping. No.
No, if I wasn't moving house and all that stuff for last Black Friday, I would have sat there with I would have parked the Kevlar Saab, and I'd just sit there and set up a lawn chair behind it, and maybe a 6-pack, and just sit there and just wait to see the mayhem, and maybe I'd sit there with a stereo and play Dressed as Goblins by NecroGoblinCon. And just as they say, Dressed as Goblins, I'd just say more dead bodies. And I'd literally just sit there and watch these fucking animals tear each other apart, you know? And I'd just be like, more dead bodies, more dead bodies, more dead bodies. So glad to see them. More dead bodies, more dead bodies.
Oh,
yeah,
no. If I was
Black
gonna do
Friday is one of those special days where you get to see middle-aged women trample each other to death
Over a fucking
if you're gonna do something
over
like
a fucking
that,
toaster.
Yeah.
if you're gonna do something like that, what you should do is get that South Park episode. Just start slowly playing the trilogy and try to time it perfectly, so that when the fight actually gets there, it's when the store's open.
Yeah. In their defense, it is a damn good toaster. 4 slices all at once.
Oh, and in response to your tweet, Burnside, I sent NightCrow a link.
It's good he didn't get involved in this.
Well,
I told him because I seen he was on Twitter. I was like, dude, be glad you didn't get involved in this shit. And he's like, this is why I stay out of the fire a lot. And I was like, good thing.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I read it all.
we're gonna make comedy, let's try and continue on with a theme. Let's see who else can name something that would just terrify CityCon. I know Foster already said
What the
it.
fuck is CityCon?
I got something. I got something for him.
He's the Allahu Mayor Bar of
Londonistan.
I came across some very interesting porn the other day. It's a hentai manga, and the main character has been transformed into a goat.
That wouldn't terrify CityCon. That would get him aroused.
Hey, I want to do a quick chill here because I gotta jump out here. I'm falling asleep, dudes.
All right, you go ahead and get some sleep.
Even with all this talk
Yeah.
of goat fuckery.
Yeah, 'cause we're probably gonna be doing this for a little bit longer.
So I am the next 6 minutes. You can find me on the next 6 minutes channel. You must spell out the word 6 if you want to find it, because if you don't, then you won't. I am on the next live streams channel. That's typically where I do my live streams. Tomorrow, Cast Warfox, 5 p.m. Eastern for the interview.
I think Cass is dead.
Cass is dead.
I
Okay,
think he got run over.
so if you want to see Cass Warfox get interviewed tomorrow on the Chaos 120 group channel on the good old YouTube machines, tune in and see his half-hour interview.
I'd rather see him get fucked by this hentai goat, but all right.
Maybe he'd rape the hentai goat. I don't know. Maybe him and Sadiq Khan are gonna sit there and do a old-fashioned tag team on the goat.
It's like a train going on with little miniature goats.
Hey, Allahu Goat Fornication Bar, dude. Allahu Goat Fornication Bar.
We are horrible people.
Link to the Chaos 120 group channel in the chat here, so go there, sub to it, and
check it out.
To 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, the Chaos Warfox interview. And
I just got back.
we're still on for 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And are you also down for taking on a goat with Sadiq Khan and possibly a couple other Allahu Goat Fornication bars?
Probably.
All right, cool. We'll let him know.
Hey, if you want me to do to them what Germany did to Poland back to World War II, I ain't gonna complain. All right. I consider that fucking average Tuesday.
I will see you tomorrow, and I will have a lot of well, not a lot, just more. We only have 30 minutes, so it's only a handful of questions. So I'll see you tomorrow. See you, everybody else.
All right. If you want some genuine questions about the conversation, you can tell me. I might have something. I don't know.
well, I'm gonna go recover and
okay.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, you go do that.
See you, Six.
Take it easy.
Nighty night, buddy.
Get some sleep, man.
Okay,
that's a good man right there.
Definitely. All right.
I tell you what, if I was a homosexual.
Dot.
Be careful what you say. Sometimes you might get what you wish for.
I'm not saying I wouldn't, you know.
Messiah, that's the alcohol talking.
I know I need to stop.
Wait, have you been drinking this whole time? Or is that a meme?
My father was an alcoholic.
Yeah, you're just buzzed.
He was one of those unpredictable alcoholics, though. Like, sometimes he would get really happy. Sometimes he would pass out. Sometimes he would beat the ever-loving shit out of me.
Damn. All right. Well, have you been drinking? Because if so, I need to catch up.
He's drinking.
Jesus Christ, man.
I heard the drink a long time ago. It's why I joked about it.
Oh, mother. All right. Now I need to go. All right. Someone hold this over, because now I need to go actually grab a few shots of Viking's blood to catch up to Foster.
Well, fuck you. I ain't got shit.
Don't worry. I can do this because we're still in the middle of a joke. All right, Private Eye, you said you have something that would just terrify City Con. Care to describe?
Yeah. Thank you.
Did I?
Yeah, you do believe you said something about your hunting room?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, like 3 muzzleloaders, I think, and a shotgun. So that's.
Oh, come on. My daddy's gun cabinet can outdo that one.
Yeah, I know, but we're like poor, so.
Screw that. My dad had a Thompson, an AK-47, and an M1 Garand at one point.
You don't get this. This is, you know, my dad. He's.
Oh yes, I know your dad. I'm saying we got that shit all for free when one of my dad's World War II veterans died.
Yeah, my
May he rest in peace.
A ton of guns, but I don't know what they are. No, we have like bolt action 300, but that's it. A couple, mostly muzzleloaders. My dad just really likes muzzleloaders. But yeah, no. The point was we just got a room full of guns and knives. So.
Oh, let's see. I have declared this measuring contest to be in full swing. Let's see. Dad's got about 3 revolvers, one break action, double caliber, like Derringer thing. Quite a few hunting rifles. At one point, Dad had a Thompson submachine gun, complete with drum and stick clips, magazines, I should say. I think. Anyway. A semi-automatic AK-47 and an M1 Garand complete with troop inscription.
Wait, you have both of those on, and those are legal over there? Wait, what? Hold on, let me present this thing you're showing off here. It's, damn it, wrong button.
Oh,
okay. Oh, I also.
Hold on.
No, that would not terrify City Con. That would make him want to get in bed.
Oh.
I will never get porn artists. I will never, ever, ever get porn.
Oh man, I am so glad this is the United States where it's legal for us to make this type of fucking humor, or else literally the Sharia police would be kicking in my door right now, and I'd have to go fucking Norse on them. All right, Foster, I wish I knew you were drinking earlier. Sorry to leave you hanging. All right, cheers to you, man. I'm gonna have some fucking Viking blood.
But yes, Burnside. At one point, it was all legal. Oh yeah, Dad also had an SKS.
Oh, SKS, goddamn. Oh.
Semi-automatic. Don't get too aroused.
God. Dude, you know how much fun shit like that is illegal where I live? Dude, like if Rahm Emanuel runs again, oh god, I'm leaving the city, and I'm definitely gonna have to have a hard choice between states to move to, because in light of a semi AK and all right, I'm gonna have
Grandfathered in. Oh! You want it automatic? You want it automatic? The Thompson was.
Oh, was it a Chicago typewriter or a World War II?
World War II and typewriter.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me he took an old-fashioned service Thompson, an actual service Thompson, and turned it into a Chicago typewriter? Oh, baby.
Oh no! What ended up happening was he actually had a drum. He actually had a drum magazine and the stick magazine.
Okay.
I do believe it was not one with the front grip, however, so it wasn't a true Chicago typewriter. It was a service.
Right. Okay, so he got a special service edition. All right. Okay, it's not full typewriter. Damn. Oh, you had me at half-mast, motherfucker, and then you lost me.
Okay, man. Okay. Do you want to know how easy it is to make a front grip? All you need is like one of those metal adjustable pipe fitters and an appropriate piece of whatever you want your grip to be.
Yeah, but this is Chicago. If you're gonna have a traditional Chicago typewriter, it's all got to be wood cut. You know, if wood stock everything, and then wood stock grip. You know,
Burnside. I live out in the middle of nowhere. Bubba will make one for you if you want.
Fucking sweet.
So, seriously, there is someone out there who will do this. And
I'm interrupting the gun talk. Okay. So
all the men
sister
got disappointed.
My brother says, I think I learned a dark side to my little sister when she said she likes Amy Schumer. Mind you, I didn't read Little Sister. I said, I never said that. He goes, little sis, not shorter sis. No, not shorter sis.
But you're the older one.
Yes, but I'm the shortest of both of them.
Oh god.
Okay.
Tara, were you paying attention for that thing I put up on screen?
Yes, I saw it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the very bottom part of the panel.
There's a reason why.
Let me guess. We got to keep this shit PG-13, otherwise the gulag's gonna have a field day.
Pretty much.
Oh god, yeah. Because they're gonna slap some type of thing on me for Islamophobia. They're gonna slap one on me for whatever sex bestiality, and then they're gonna slap one for hate speech and some other fucking SJW shit like that.
I would hesitate on the second one, dude. You can get away with a lot of porn on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Bestiality is completely and utterly, totally acceptable.
That's fucked.
Apparently, pedophilia is okay for them,
especially by their standards. Yeah.
God damn.
Like not even like on a political thing. I actually know that, Cass, we can blame you for this.
Oh, fuck you.
Like, there's no nice way around it because furries exist. You can get away with so much shit on YouTube now.
Oh god. All right. Do we want to keep rambling or anything else? I think
it's already half past midnight, my dude, and I think we've tortured YouTube and their administrators for long enough. They have their hand right over the kill switch, my dude.
So I shouldn't do my bit about playing golf with heads.
Do it.
Hold on a second. I gotta get something.
All right, do it.
Oh, are we gonna get the sexy webcam action going on here?
Maybe, because if we do, I'm gonna have to grab a beer and I'm gonna have to go grab my mask. I know you're contemplating, Foster.
No, I'm actually contemplating going down, grabbing a towel from the basement, wrapping it around my head, and making myself look like my avatar.
Do it. Do it.
Well,
Foster, please do it.
Well, in my case, it's very good to have. It's a very good thing that Dad's got a lot of old friends, because one of them gave me a golf set.
Ooh.
Yep, a set of Wilson drivers and a Callaway the biggest Big Bertha driver, titanium and perfect length for fighting zombies.
Nice. Is it possible for you to present this epic monstrosity?
If I only had a camera.
God damn it. All right, Foster, if you want, you can go and get the towel, but since he's not presenting, no pressure, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Trust me, if I had a camera, I'd be showing you that brass knuckle knife.
I'd have to run down and go grab one. So
All right, you do that.
Bear with me for a few moments.
All right, take your time. I'm gonna go grab another beer, and I'm gonna go get my Guy Fawkes mask. So, dead bodies.
Dead bodies.
Cut off their heads so I can play golf with them. We'll see who's got the longest drive.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was an interesting note to come in on. I didn't expect the chaos stream to be sitting there deciding whether or not we can consider animals sentient.
It's chaos. Sometimes glorious things happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of course, animals can be sentient. What are you looking at?
No, I posted a link. I don't know if anyone saw, and I don't know if anyone heard about this. These scientists were keeping pig brains alive outside of the bodies. They had them like hooked up with like fake blood and shit, and they kept the brains alive for up to 36 hours. Completely separated from the body, just like lying on the table there. The whole brain's there, nothing attached to it. And supposedly it was like actually alive. That's the latest development in people freaking out over ethics. I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of a sensory hell, being completely separated from all your senses and being kept alive.
You say that, I'm thinking it's like one of those Aqua Teen Hunger Force Doctor Strange bits.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a good one that I saw actually interpolated into like TF2 SFM. It's like on a dashboard. It was like on a Dustboshit Gmod idiot box thing.
All right.
Basically,
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
I don't know how well the lighting is.
Okay, what you've got to do is like get yourself some string or something, and just like tie it around the top of the headband.
Yeah, I've done that before. The one time I did that on stream, I was streaming with probably the closest thing I could have ever gotten to a racist on my stream. The reason I say that is because like I know the person she's with is an absolute full-blown fucking racist piece of shit. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You all already know who that is, but
I don't think I do, but something tells me.
Yes.
I really don't care.
Stumara.
That is the person who I was referring to as being the blatant racist.
Unapologetic Leaf.
Yep. Or as I call her, Autistic Leaf.
Yes, the source of Irving's one meltdown that I probably will never forget because it's like one of my first chaos streams.
Yeah. Oh no, that was pretty great. I wish.
Daddy, are you gonna get that towel on your head or not?
I already
had it on
it
his head.
my head.
I didn't see it.
Sweetie, there it is. There you go. I do need to get like a string or some shit.
No, what you need to do you have like an old pair of sweatpants?
Not an old pair of sweatpants, but
okay. Do you have like a throwaway pair that you're pretty much just gonna wear until they're dead anyway?
That applies to all of my clothes. You know what? Screw it.
Because like I have the solution to your problem. It's called.
Are you doing what I think you're doing, man?
Yes, he is.
Just do it. Just do it. Come on.
Dude, I was just gonna say like take off that waistband string thing that they always put on.
Here, I'm gonna present you there, Foster.
There you go.
Never mind. That actually looks. Whatever the hell you did, that actually looks a lot better than I thought it would.
Oh, I just took off my pajama bottoms, see?
Boxers, good choice.
Boxer briefs. They give me plenty of room to breathe down there for my 4-cubit long dick. Nobody knows what a cubit is anymore, so that could be real. That could be really short. That could be really long. You don't know.
Still not as long as Weebos.
Oh, I know that. Well, Weebo doesn't compare to tail features, so.
Oh god, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for that.
Making this a dick measuring contest. I can now officially declare that I have the 3rd longest dick on YouTube.
Already best stream right here.
This is probably the best chaos stream.
This is definitely the best we've done in a long time.
If we're talking about like intellectually like questions about life and shit, to just talking about giant dicks.
Me taking off my pants and tying a towel to my
straps and shit, but goddamn, bro.
So in other words, this whole stream is just a distilled representation of chaos.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are the armpit of the internet, people.
You know what? If enough people buy my merch, I will buy green Arab robes. I forget what they're called now.
I think it's
is it Kaboom?
Not burqa. Maybe I think that is.
Trawl? Is it trawl?
Oh, maybe.
No,
it's
it's one of those like it's really Arabic, and we're never gonna get it because it's never in the news because
I've pronounced it before. Hold on here.
Like you might know Messiah. I'm saying like none of us can guess it.
Does it sound something like that?
It's literally what. Are those fucking geese?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking
Squirrel.
about.
No, I just heard like geese. Oh my god! All right, wait a second. That might not be it.
They're probably coming up here to ruin our day. Yeah. It was, I think like certain.
It's called a flob.
It's literally called a flob. Are you shitting me?
THAWB, thwab.
What is?
Like the Arab get up with like the long robes and stuff and like the little headpiece. That's called a thwab.
A throb. Okay.
Thwab.
Thwab.
I said that. I said throb.
No, there's no R.
Thwab.
Thwab.
It's like a W.
Wait.
I think we're missing the joke, but I get where you're going with this.
No, that's legitimately what it's called. It's a
throb.
No. Burnside gets what I'm going after.
Yeah, once he said that, I realized, okay, Tara's joking with us.
Yep.
The problem is it's so close, it could have looked like an honest mistake.
Foster, what are you drinking tonight, man?
Whiskey for a grown man. Vodka for my
Burnside.
ladies. I made the beat retarded, so I calling it a slow jam.
I thought your koozie was the name of your beer, and I was gonna be like, "What the fuck are you drinking? Herpes beer? What?"
No, it's
all I see is HER.
And the name of the headdress is a keffia.
Allahu Keffia bar.
Yeah, that's a good way of remembering it.
Oh yeah.
So I need people to buy my merch so I can purchase a thwab and a keffia.
Start with the keffia.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start. Well, no. If I get the thwab, I mean, I could just take my pants off and then just do this again.
I know, man, but you'll look authentic. That's your face, man.
Well, I also need to get the shepherd's hook, and I need to find a farm that won't care if I abduct one of their chickens, snap its neck, and then carry it around.
It's called buy the damn chicken, murder it halal fashion, and then make yourself an Arabic meal. I've had kebabs before. They're actually not that bad.
Foster, if I actually got a decent sized chunk of 2x4, I could probably cut you out and send you down one of those shepherd's hooks.
Oh, that would be awesome, actually.
I could finagle that. I mean, I already got to make...
No. What I'm actually waiting from you is I'm still waiting for you to finish up those Kekistani grunge flag designs, and then get those printed out, because I'm definitely interested in ordering one of those.
Burnside.
Yeah, I gotta redo that one because I lost the old originals. They're
in our Discord DMs.
That's the finish though. I need like the Photoshop base that I had. That's the problem. Yeah, I literally had those. My Christmas cards.
It's way too fucking cold out on this back porch to not be wearing pants.
Burnsides, I'm gonna give you one more reason why you might want to move up here. Wood's cheap.
Wood's cheap. Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, I like working with wood. God,
Okay,
I should just present Foster while he's sitting here. No homo. You are not presented, Foster.
Burnside, I probably should actually keep you in touch, and when my parents finally retire and move out of this house, you might want it when we leave.
Oh, that would be nice.
No, bartender, you're not allowed to leave.
Oh no, I'm not leaving this. I'm leaving Wisconsin and moving like Tennessee or something. I'm praying to.
No, you're not. You're staying with us.
I mean, I need a Protestant to pick on, dude. You gotta hang around.
I'll always be here on Chaos 124.
No, you are staying in that house. You will die in that house, and you will haunt it.
It's a good house. I honestly wouldn't mind it, although I have a thing with having my own bathroom.
Dude, that was not right in so many ways, dude.
Hey, hold on, bartender.
To drink.
I don't think
you had to drink.
I don't realize half the shit that comes out of my mouth. We should know this already.
He licked his fucking toe.
I completely missed that.
Wow.
Suckled the toe.
Like,
thank you very much.
Okay. To be
Too
fair,
bad I can't show actual titties on here because I'd just start sucking on my own nipples and you guys would just sit here and watch.
Oh God, yeah.
Others might. I have the option.
I just sit there just like.
Listen, my ISP is a little bit shaky, so if I do drop out when that's going down, you know.
Right.
However, once the live button disappears, whole another story.
At which point, I will leave and proceed to continue working on my book.
All right.
Why would you leave? You don't want to see a chick sucking on her own nipples?
No, bartender.
I mean, to be fair,
unironically asexual.
That's got to be on like. Oh.
He's a Protestant. That's like a sin, you know.
He's a gay boy.
Oh God, no, not gay. I am not gay either. Like the notion of having sex right now actively repulses me.
Foster, don't knock it till you try it.
It's the whole bodily fluid thing. It just is unsanitary, and I do not like it.
I actually kind of like that.
Is that like the big thing for you?
He's an OCD Protestant. It's a thing.
No, dude, that's what you got to work for, my man. If there's none of that, there's no point in any of it.
Hey, you ask me, I'm perfectly fine just checking out of it. Like I said, the MRA's got to me, and I don't even want to try.
All right, now I'm gonna have to. Let's see if I can actually change the name of this video.
To autistic retard strips and then
Oh, come on, Messiah. You aren't retarded.
Not that retarded.
And
at least you're not retarded any more than all of us.
No. Like I got called a genius retard in my comment section by some pissed off alt writer today.
A genius retard. How does that work?
Well, that's what I said. I said I'd rather be a genius retard than a retarded genius.
Jesus Christ, man.
And then he proceeded to delete that comment and then rephrase it. Oh, funny as shit. Oh God. That little goat is actually starting to look pretty fucking
Oh God.
Okay, this has gone from Chaos 120 to After Hours.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Once you go you never go back.
No. Once you go back, you never go back.
Fornication.
You are the only one for me.
Oh.
That's a
I'm
little.
Deadpool, where he you know humps a little unicorn. Should I just send you a little stuffed goat?
Wait, what?
Save changes. Okay.
No.
I think I know what Terra's referring to. It's like some deluxe edition box art stuff.
If you want to be an absolute shitlord, send me a stuffed dolphin.
Oh, Messiah and Porpoiseful confirmed.
So you're saying is if you were a furry, your persona would be a dolphin.
Of you humping the little dolphin and send it to Porpoiseful.
That's nasty. That's really nasty.
It's not nasty. It's not nasty if you do it all in black and white with some sort of like 1950s advertisement playing in the background. Then it's art.
There's a lot of art on DeviantArt, but that doesn't mean it's not all porn either.
Oh God.
Furry porn is
I'm trying to fit this title in here.
Artistic retail
but yeah,
that fucks goats.
Yeah, if Porpoiseful's interested, I do watch like National Geographic every now and again, and I happened to witness something he might be interested in.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Dolphin was in the mood and tried to get it on with Diver.
You know what though? This is not the most messed up thing I've done on camera during a stream. Yeah.
Okay, he said it's not the worst. Now he's got to come out and say what the worst was.
What did you update on this video?
What is the worst?
Okay, there we go. I finally refresh. I have the stream renamed. Chaos 120, a day of tech trouble, Sir SharkBait, 10 lost nuts, Foster strips, and goat fornicates.
I can only see a day of technical difficulties, Lord SharkBait, and 10 lost testicles.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to refresh.
No, I refreshed like thrice, and it's. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, I just changed it. All right.
I tell you what, Burnside. You're up to 90 subs right now. That's 2 more than what you had when you started this stream. All right, I'm gonna take personal fucking responsibility for that. All right.
Definitely you and Tom, because I know one of them was Tom, and I had to at least gotten one out of you just sitting there and doing your goat fornication.
Well, there you go. Have another. But anyway.
You know what? I should say this. You think I'm just the closeted Protestant kid? Good God, if one of my parents saw this.
Oh. You see, this is why we got to
just walks in the room and is like, what are these fuckers hanging out with, boy?
No.
My brother's saying, no, he doesn't want to see me sucking on my own nipples. Well, I don't want you to see me sucking on my own nipples.
You gotta realize something.
That's what the after stream is for.
You guys gotta realize. Okay.
I was gonna say this a little bit ago, real quick. I was gonna say this a little bit ago, but my mic stopped working. I'm actually the other subscriber. I'm sorry. It was all locals.
Oh, damn it, Foster! You have
tension that I'm building between us isn't doing anything for you.
That's not, man. That sucks.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Burnside, you can metaphorically consider yourself to have one extra subscriber. I have a thing where I don't subscribe to any channels out of like a personal thing that if someone ever goes wrong,
you're a Protestant, so it's understandable. I mean, you guys.
It's not. Oh no, it's not even. It's not even that. Like there are channels that I watch regularly. I just don't subscribe to anyone. And I do it out of I do it for 2 reasons at this point. I started doing it because out of it's like this philosophical thing that if someone ever goes beyond that point, I want to be able to say to drop them without any whatever you want to call it. The other thing I think I noticed is that I think it ended up getting me past the gulag.
Possibly. I mean,
Well,
I'm not gonna give
because
you
I don't do subscribe stuff, and I do it entirely by just surfing my like recommended videos and stuff. I think it's actually gotten me past the gulag.
Interesting.
Wouldn't be surprised.
That makes me contemplate something though. But you know what that definitely means, Foster. You're going to have to strip better for subs, damn it. Not just for your sake, but for mine now.
And mine. Now I'm gonna have to interview Foster and have him strip.
Okay, come on, boy. You do some shit for the Fox Daddy.
These back in.
Hey, Foster, would you do an interview with me and strip?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, make it interesting. Do the Chaos 120 stream where you all play strip poker.
Oh man, we're gonna have some very selective camera angles.
No, because Scoobie won't play fair.
No.
He probably won't play in general because he'll probably get in trouble.
Foster just took his shirt off.
Oh, I took off a lot more than that, honey.
Yeah, Foster's in his boxers now. Are you happy? He's freezing his nuts off.
Seriously though, I do need to put these stupid things back on. It is cold.
All right, turn your camera off while you go ahead and do that. Turn your camera off so we don't get in trouble.
I'm enjoying this.
Oh man, this is all sorts of wrong.
You said so yourself, Tara. I'm too young for you.
Oh
but
God.
you are of legal age.
Oh boy.
Let me put it this way: you're too young for me to date.
Any other things? On the other hand, those can go off record. Oh God! If Sir Adamantine saw this stream.
Oh God! Don't show this to him because he'll wind up violently fapping. He'll violently fap.
No, he's already told me that he's violently fapped to me before.
He'll just sit there and do this for an entire night. Like he'll sit there until it sounds like
No. You don't understand, Adamantine.
I'll be right back.
He's got to smoke with one hand and he's got to drink with the other.
So how the hell is he gonna have?
You stroke it with the cigarette hand.
So, ow! Oh God! I thought he was gonna get one of his fellow sodomites to take care of it for him, but damn!
Oh no! He said he's not a receiver. He's a pitcher.
Oh, so he's gonna sit there and he's gonna be sodomizing while he sits there and just goes. So I am sodomite supreme because I am lord of multitasking when I fuck my other sodomite. Bow before me before I make you.
And I have run out of alcohol.
Hey, don't feel bad. I gotta catch up to you.
Whatever shall you do?
Oh shit.
At least I can say I'm a lot more fun when I'm drunk.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised this already hasn't been terminated.
You know what I should do now? No. You know what I should do now?
What?
I should write a video. I should just do it and just like wake up tomorrow morning, fix all like the errors in the script, and just be like, what the fuck did I just make?
Oh God! You know what would be really funny if you want to go that route. Drunken party video, just like how you did your Halloween special and your Christmas special. All of us as characters destroying your house, just completely drunk, pass the hell out.
Wait. Serious Foster's going to come out here for a second and say, this year we're still going to do the Halloween special. I might do a Thanksgiving special. That one's kind of still pending.
Okay.
But we're not going to be doing a Christmas special.
Okay.
This year, we're going to be doing a Hanukkah special.
It's gonna be a weird fluffy beard for my Fox persona for this.
Oh
God. It's gonna be 8 separate videos.
Oh God!
All in sequential order, for each day of Hanukkah. And then it's just one big package all together. And I need to get guests together, man. I need to get like
okay. There needs to be only one condition put on this. You change your avatar so you wear a yarmulke.
He already has that.
Perfect.
Just to like have a weird fox character face, like
Wait
how
a
how
second.
you doing?
Bartender, you underestimate me, my friend.
It's not that I underestimate. No. It's not that I underestimate you. It's not that I underestimate you. I'm just taking.
He definitely underestimated you when you took your shirt off and just decided, "Ooh, you touched the ta-da-da.
Where is it?
Ooh, the ding-ding-dong."
This is the internet. People will do anything. As long as it doesn't get you shut down, Burnside, he'll do it.
Hey, I am all in favor of this if it doesn't get us shut down. I'm surprised I already haven't had my stream randomly canceled.
All right,
and you know what? I would not be angry if it did because we've already pushed through it.
Screen share that. Boom. I'm already way ahead of you, my friend.
I was gonna say like replace your whole headwear thing with a yarmulke.
No, it's better this way. I have one question, Foster.
Yeah.
I have one question for your Hanukkah special.
Yeah.
Just because of the diplomatic situation I am in, would it be possible if I could, for comical fuck's sake of it, on one day of Hanukkah, have the alt-right protesting outside your house, just for the fuck of it?
Protesting against what?
Your existence.
Just Hanukkah. Just like, you know, you have your happy merchant there, and they're like, "We want your happy merchant! Give him to us! The blood of the Jew! Oh!" And then the guy's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh no, don't feed me to him, Goy! You can't do that! Oh no, you don't let them."
I mean, I've already been working on my elderly Jewish man impression. Oh shit, buddy! Looks like we got the white nationalists sitting outside. You better go hide your gold.
you have the old man.
Oh God!
If I could be loud, there would be a contest right now between me and Burnside to see who can do a better Kyle Broflovsky.
No. Right now, I want to hear Burnside do the Joker. I haven't heard it in a long time.
Oh, I suppose
when the stream's ending because I need to pay.
He's got a point. It's about 12 o'clock here.
Well,
it's like going on 1 over here. So
he's an hour ahead of us. So if you want, Foster, you go have it pee because I'm gonna need a refill in a bit here.
Oh no, just fucking can the stream. Nobody's fucking watching this shit anymore. I tell you that.
We have exactly 5 people.
Six.
Six. All right, we've got 6 now apparently. So yeah,
that's a shame. I'm never gonna get hired anywhere ever again.
Telecom goes.
At least you've been hired.
You're really milking that sliver of Jew blood you have, and then he goes, "What Joker?"
Oh, the one that's standing before you. If you only knew. But you're a communist, so it's to be expected. You see, every now and again, when I get in a random psychotic mood and I laugh at the dead bodies of my city, especially when they shoot themselves in the balls, they tend to get in character. And I just sit there on my lawn chair.
Oh, don't mind me.
I see I already have an admirer. I guess that's a plus.
No, I think of Burnside in this situation. I think something closer to Monty Burns. And it's just you're watching out of your window, and it's just like excellent.
Oh, Mr. Burns is an impersonation I used to be able to do when I was younger. When I was a child, I could actually do the entire cast of The Simpsons. I used to watch it all the time.
Then The Simpsons turned to shit.
Marge!
Oh, yes.
I used to be able to do Mr. Burns very well, and I would release the hounds on all of the bastards that would come to my
Fuck, you
door.
could still do it, Burns.
Especially, I used to do it a lot better, Smithers. But the one thing I used to really enjoy was every time the Jehovah's Witnesses would come to my door, I would say, release the hounds. And sick testicles. So that I can sacrifice them for Mr. Burns.
Oh, that is
You know what?
smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having.
No. You want to know something? You want to know something? Me being a Protestant actually gives me an edge over you when it comes to one thing.
Do explain.
Shutting down Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, that would be a first. I'm just used to shooting them. Or sending the dogs after them.
My brother says, why so serious? And Telegon says, so a mix of Hamill and 60s Joker.
Well, for the most part, it's what fits. I mean, it's the voice that talks to me inside my head. The weird thing is, when it speaks, it actually doesn't tell me to do stupid things. It tells me that if I'm going to do something, I shouldn't be arrested. So that's what I go ahead and I do.
Oh, I've got a book you would enjoy right now, Burns.
You gotta tell me before I get a refill, because I'm sitting at about there.
Well, yeah, because I actually have a book on psychology and whatnot that takes some controversial views, especially regarding insanity, that you could use a lot of quoting from right now.
Oh joy!
Yeah, The Second Sin by Thomas Szasc. I am not fucking pronouncing that. Old book. I think it was like printed in the 70s.
Interesting.
Yeah, 1973. But it's got a lot of quotes on insanity that you could be using right now.
Well, it's the best form of inspiration. I mean, what am I going to do? Be a drug addict like Ozzy Osbourne and snort cocaine filled with ants? The last thing I need curling around in my head are a bunch of little ants. Fuck that.
Oh, they don't crawl around in your head for long. Yeah, I saw that 1,000 Ways to Die episode. They just sting and kill you.
Oh, yes. I mean, what the hell else are they going to do? They're trying to get out of your brain, and the only other way they can get out is through the eyeball sockets or through your nose, unless, of course, by some act of, I don't know, fucking anime or something. They just pop out of your skull or your ears or something death metal like that.
No, they just don't even go to your brain. Just start stinging everywhere. Keep in mind that the people who did this were not Ozzy Osbourne. No, these were just two These were two rock and roll dunderheads. They do not deserve that level of metal.
Ooh, well, that doesn't really say a lot for those poor bastards, does it?
All of the stupid, none of the grandeur.
Oh, well, damn. Well, someone hold down the fort. I need to get another beer. Have fun.
Yep. But like I was saying earlier, I do have one edge being a Protestant when it comes to shutting down Jehovah's Witnesses, because I actually gave enough of a damn to read the Bible. And I wish I could remember a lot more from my time in high school, because there was a good book that was just about, like, keep a Bible next to your door and just recite these phrases and you'll shut them up every time. I have that edge over all of you.
Except me.
And I'm just a homicidal, crazy, warmongering foxy boy.
Yeah, you have fur affinity.
Oh god,
you have your own special.
Drama. Nah, don't get me started on that drama.
Quite frankly, I don't think I would understand it, let alone want to go there.
I almost never go there.
Yeah.
Especially not now, after people are being neo-Nazis and are getting kicked out. So yeah.
Where isn't that happening nowadays?
It's everywhere. Furries are infested with SJWs.
Is there a legitimate, like, alt-right furry movement, though?
They're actually not really alt-right. They're called alt-furries.
Ooh, we have 8 viewers now.
They're literally nothing more than a reactionary response to the social justice crowd that's infecting the furry fandom for the last couple of decades.
So no one's actually No one's actually fighting for furry nationalism.
I think there's a few people that are in there who are white nationalists, but generally, other than that, it's usually just a variety of different people from different political perspectives bitching about it.
I'd be really interested to find an actual white nationalist furry. Like,
Hey,
how
you
just gotta question where the coherence is.
Yeah. I hear about the Yipno state. Ah!
This is probably the gayest I'm going to get for the rest of the night. But I luckily found a bendy straw, so I'm going to see if this works with the Vikings blood. I've done this before.
Hey. Burnside?
Oh, you're back.
Hey, can you end the stream? Because I kind of want to see some titty sucking before I go to bed.
I love how the watching numbers literally increased like 2 times. That we got in the last 2 hours.
No, Foster's waiting for me to end the stream so that you can do your thing, Harley. He's waiting the entertainment. If you actually go there, I'm not going to put it on the table.
Oh, so the chaos treatment isn't entertaining enough.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to just see if this works. Oh, and it does. Awesome.
You have a lot of bad straws, or doing something unique with your drinking?
No, I'm drinking what I was earlier before I had the blue moon. I'm drinking Viking's blood, but so that I don't have to literally tip it up and risk spilling it all over my face and my mask, I got a bendy straw so that I can drink it through the Guy Fawkes mask.
Oh, that's fine. Like we actually had one of those like old fast foodie things where you pull up the top and there's a whole bunch of bendy straws in it. We had to throw away so many of them because they just got like minuscule little holes in them. Yeah, basically ruins the pressure of the straw. You just feel like you're constantly sucking in air because you are.
That sounds annoying.
Very, very.
Oh, Ryder's going back and forth. Well, I'm glad you're still enjoying it.
I found my own.
Communist in space, yes. Protestant is vague, but you know what? I use it to fuck with them all the time, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, you're a communist. You don't believe in religion. Your government is your religion.
No, he obviously believes in religion. You just don't realize it's not a normal one.
Well, I suppose. When you put it like that, I suppose communism could be considered a religion. I mean, they only bow and pray like 5 times a day to the statue of Karl Marx, or is it... No, it's Lenin.
No, no. I know the god of communism. I know the god. I know their god.
Oh, do tell. Is it Bobavakian? Or is he still trying to vouch for being communist god?
You have to think more abstractly. See, the god of communism has never existed. The god of communism is the new Soviet man. Unfortunately, the new Soviet man requires so much rewriting of human nature that the new Soviet man has never existed.
Ah, interesting. I like that.
Oh yeah, trust me. Like that book thing I'm doing is like full of these little quippish things, like on economics, socialism, communism for someone who isn't confident enough to be a full communist, democratic socialism for someone who is trying desperately to deny the fact that they're a socialist without actually denying anything.
Interesting. Foster, you better not be actually watching porn because you're going to get us in a lot of trouble. I appreciate the joke, man, but seriously, dude,
dude, we're still alive.
Oh, shit. I was just about to mute you, you son of a bitch.
And I thought I was autistic. What the fuck?
No, this is why him and I get along. We're completely out of our fucking gourds. You literally sat there and just you played your little anime girl gift, didn't you?
Oh no, that was real porn.
Oh,
guys, remember we need to keep it PG-13.
Stuff. I wasn't talking any anime stuff. That was
the raw deal.
That wasn't even like stepbrother, stepsister. That was.
Oh.
My God, dude!
You see, this is why I have this man on. He's a great source of fucking humor. Literally took the ultimate loophole. Oh God.
Messiah of Kex, the ultimate source of humor. I'm the ultimate source of I'm easy to punch on. Tara is your girlfriend, and Cass is a furry. It all comes together and coalesces into.
To be fair, you're not as easy a
unadulterated
punching.
internet autism.
Yes. Pretty much.
Meanwhile, Mr. Private Eye's just sitting there in the corner.
He's just watching all of this unfold, waiting for when he can get in, but realizing
The only time I had anything to say was when we were talking about whacked out animals. Like, shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, and now the rest of the Vikings blood is kicking in. Oh yeah. Oh, shit.
Well, I have a very
And I've got
interesting
about
observation.
that much more to finish too.
Well, everybody, with the last bit of my sobriety, I would like to thank you all so very much for watching tonight. This has been the Chaos 120 live stream. I do not know what the fuck happened.
Chaos happened. Whenever something ever happens here,
this is
it's
the
chaos
true
happened.
definition of chaos. Whenever you want to tell people what these streams are all about, you
Just
can
link
send
them
this
this.
link.
Oh yeah.
We have a guy and a guy Fox Max drinking. We have an already drunk who's already admitted to just like slightly dozing off and going off to a porn site. We have our resident cryptid. We have our resident cryptid zoologist who unfortunately has not had that much to speak of. Unfortunately, we have the one who's basically reading off of who's just reading his own high-minded work right now and waiting for a good quote. And we have the resident furry.
And then we had Commissioner Florida in the next 6 minutes.
Yep, no state.
We had the real balls to the walls motherfucker Tom Pinoid earlier, and then we had our token Canadian Craig Bragg earlier too.
No, our token nice Canadian. Our token drunk Canadian is Irving.
Yeah, well, token Canadian's an interchangeable role because one of the two of them is always around. It's just if you're going to get the drinking one or the civilized polite one that sits there and makes you wonder if he's Mr. fucking Rogers.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is 10 minutes past 1 o'clock, well past the operating hours of us. We are well past our bedtimes, and we are misbehaving little children as of right now. So I would
Fuck you. My bedtime's 4 o'clock in the morning.
On behalf of Heinrich Thorntonson, I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching and our panel for joining us here tonight. Buy fucking merch.
Chill. He's a shill.
You know what? I do think he is picking a good time though.
Your shells are worse than furs.
Not gonna lie. What do you say, guys? Shall we follow his example, or do you want to keep dragging this on until I finish this?
I think dragging it on until you finish this is what the after hours is for. So
yes,
and that's the thing. We don't have after hours. This basically
there are no hours left.
Okay, I'm back. I had to go put on makeup if other people are gonna see me because me without makeup is only Burnside.
Oh,
all right. Well. Harley, dear, do you want to wrap this up?
Oh, has everyone else chilled already?
Well, Foster started. The rest of us may finish because
no. If we want to go for a proper shill.
No, it's fine.
I mean, it's going to be...
Subscribe to Messiah Tech on YouTube. I do all sorts of autistic videos, including bestiality, socialism, and what all.
I can't tell if he's so drunk he's sober or so sober he's drunk.
Excuse me, sir. I believe the definition you are looking for is sobriety. I don't even know anymore, man. I'm more tired than anything else.
The whole point is either everyone's going to shill now, or they're going to wait until I finish the rest of this to do so. Take your pick now before I choose.
I'm not even worried about shilling at this point.
I don't know where this is going, so whatever the hell's going to happen, let it happen.
Well, I have nothing to shill anymore. My channel's in the gulag.
Oh, that sucks. Cass, what about you? You got anything in the works?
Other than my Twitter, but it's not that hard to find me. So,
all right. All right, well, shit. Are you telling me Foster and I are the only two who really have something interesting? I mean,
Foster.
I'm the bartender. I'm currently working on a book full of sayings and such. We will probably be hearing some of these on KS120 next time I'm invited, because I am looking for creative feedback as well as other very interesting quips and quotes. I currently have one that compares your school psychiatrist to the Crips and the Bloods. So yes, this is getting very interesting.
Oh, so don't forget the interview I have tomorrow.
Yes, Burnside. Do you actually want to hear it?
Yes.
An honest psychiatrist works for himself. A drug peddler works for the interests of an organization. The Crips and Bloods drug operations are no different than a school psychiatrist authorized to peddle medication. Consequently, the problem is never the liquor store, drug dealer, or pill distributor. It is always that someone feels the need to drink, smoke, shoot up, or pop the pill.
Fucking sweet, and I like that. I like the shit out of that. That's some good philosophy.
Trust me. I even have a thing.
Thank you all very much for watching this.
Okay, Messiah of Keck wants to go to bed. This doesn't hear it. I'm the bartender. I'm doing my things. This is the end of my shill because I used to be on Subject Baguette until the channel got put in the gulag.
I'll just say, if I revive a channel, it'll probably be under Mr. Private Eye, and I will go back to feminist zoology.
All right. Foster, Harley, both of you fight for who's going next.
I'm not going.
All right. That leaves you, Cast War Fox.
What?
Chill.
You did. He said he wanted to just chill his Twitter, and that'd be it.
No.
Yeah, well, I'll fucking do it anyway. Try proper shit. Hey, I'm Cad Warfox. Well, when I do shit, it's politics and gaming. Got a channel on Twitter, both on the same name and picture I use here, so I'm really not that hard to find at all. And I got an interview tomorrow with 6 Minutes, which is will be interesting. So if you want to hear shit about this weird furry fuck, then yeah, please follow. And what the fuck ever. Yeah. Just as I said, prepare for some weird shit. I don't know why people don't get this. I got people DMing me like, "Well, you're such a weird faggot." I'm like, "Yeah, I am weird faggot." Yeah. I've already said it several times.
Like, we're all weird faggots. I'm a Protestant hanging around with you people.
Yes.
That is in and of itself weird.
You're probably going to burn in hell for it, you poor fucker.
Hey, I mean, I'm in the same camp as him. We went to the same evangelical high school.
Oh, fuck. Fuck all of that. You're both going to burn in hell. Speaking of hell itself, I am Burnside, Henrik Thorstenson. This is the Burnside Film Project. If you're watching, I hope you know the damn channel and the rest of that exists. And as you can tell, I've got a few things backed up. I've got to finish Inquisitor's Imperium of Mankind grunge flag. I have to finish because I practically have to redo it from the ground up because fuck my external hard drive. I have to redo Foster's variant of the grunge Kakistani flag. And I have a feeling there's another design I wanted to do or had to do, but
was it about more?
Oh, yes, that's another thing I have to. Yes, I have to actually design our more flag. We're all going to the Mother of All rallies. We have some plans together for that. That will come September 8th, 9th, roughly, depending on how it all goes. When I have more to report about that, I'll go and do a stream about it, but for the time being, we are still getting everything together. We just had the great powwow. And we need to figure out exact numbers of who's going. Press passes that we all need to obtain, whether it's the paid ones or the free ones, either or, depending on how much we're going to do. Holly's going to hopefully protect me from that bitch that wants to eat my liver, because the reason I have to wear this is because the other Lacey McCauley, wants to eat my liver because apparently you cannot be both an anarchist and a Trump supporter. Despite the fact
that... Mr. B, it's because you're a fake anarchist.
What I want to know is why she wants to eat your liver. You're drinking alcohol. That's probably going to do you a favor long term.
Hell if I know. And if you have any other special requests, you can find me in Discord as voice_of_Burnside. Just look for the avatar with the 44 Magnum and this signature hat that I always wear. If you want to go and buy the different wares I have a request, get touch of me on Discord or look on RedBubble. That's where I've decided to put all my t-shirts and stuff up because I like the little format they have. It's very nice. And if you're looking on RedBubble, just look up BurnsideFilm. Once I get special names made for all the little designs and such I'm doing, I'll let you know. For the time being, the only special ones I have is look up Rebel Canadian Flag, and you'll get the flag Irving has. If you want the one Inquisitor has, what the hell did I don't even remember what I called it. Just look up Rebel Canadian Flag, and it'll lead you to everything else. That's normally how the search bars and that work. Anyways, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to finish the rest of this. So, farewell, everybody, before I push the big red button.
Buy merch!
Buy lots of merchandise.
Prepare the animal for the fluffy tanks.
Okay, good night.
Good night, motherfuckers. And have a nice morning, I guess. Red button.